Pre-game set at Safeco. There's Ichiro Suzuki. Oh, they're on their feet. Johnny Damon, the new A, ready to go. Carlos Guillen replacing A-Rod at short. And you know what? They don't miss A-Rod. Bottom 8 tied at 4. Jim Mercier facing Suzuki. And Ichiro lays one down. Mercier airmails first. Carlos Guillen at third. Ichiro going in there at second. The Japanese fans are on their feet. That'll look good on your HD TV. 3 batters later. Bases loaded for John Olerud. Off of Mark Guthrie. It's deep enough. Guillen tags and comes in. Guthrie is not psyched, and the M's win 5-4. Seattle snaps a 3-game season-opening losing streak. Last time, neither Ken Griffey Jr. or A-Rod were both missing from the Mariners' opening day lineup. 1988, long time. Back then, Ray Quinones started at short, and Mike Kingery was Seattle's center fielder.
First two, this is the tiebreaker. 4th inning, Jeremy Giambi facing Aaron Seeley. Miguel Tejada on second. Now he's running. There's a single. Al Martin coming up with it. Al Martin, strong arm there. At the dish. Tejada safe. A's go up 2-1. Bottom of the inning. It's 2-2. David Bell. Runners on the corners. Bell off Jeff Tam. Rattles around left field corner. Carlos Guillen scores. Double for Bell. Seattle up 3-2. 3 batters later. 3. Tam facing Edgar Martinez. All he does is get base hits and drive in runs. Put 2 more on his total. Seattle puts 7 up in the inning. Martinez 3 for 4, 2 ribs. Mariners win at 10-2. 7 runs in the 6th. Skipper Lou Piniella said this shows we can still do it. Aaron Seeley 6 strong, 2 runs, 7 hits. Martinez finishes 8 for 10 in the 3-game series with Rod's first visit with his former team since bolting for the Rangers $252 million. M's fans are hacked off. They cheered Monday when Safeco Field's video replay board showed A-Rod booting a ball in Texas' Sunday opener in Puerto Rico. There is, however, no animosity among Mariners players, just hugs all around on Friday, with A-Rod saying about his former teammates, "I wish I could have lunch with them all." First of a 3-game set at the ballpark in Arlington. Lou was happy to see him. Top 1, Mark McLemore. Taking a Rick Helling deep to right center. A 2-run shot is first. It's 2-0 Seattle. Helling allowed 7 runs on 9 hits and 3+. Bottom 7, Mariners lead 7-2. Bases full for Rafael Palmeiro off Norm Charlton. A grand slam, his first homer of the year. Rafi's 9th career granny. Rangers back within 1 at 7-6. 7-7 in the 8th. Rusty Greer to center. Ken Caminiti, they're going to wave him in. Mike Cameron comes up throwing, and look at Tom Lampkin. Block the plate, and he holds on. We go to extra innings. Top 10 now. Oh, the drama. Ichiro, the 7-time Japanese batting champion. First pitch from Jeff Zimmerman at his first Major League home run. Ichiro with the drama. The Mariners win 9-7. He goes 4 for 6 on his big night, outdoing A-Rod, who went 1 for 4 with 2 Ks. Kazuhiro Sasaki, the M's other player from Japan, worked a perfect 10th to get his 2nd save. Rodriguez, by the way, now 5 for 20 on the season. He struck out 7 times and is still looking for his first RBI as a Ranger. Williams baseball rights. They were hosting Seattle Saturday, even without Ricky. Top 4, Anthony Sanders to A-Rod, who sticks the landing. Top 5, they're loaded. Brett Boone. Down the left field line, it is going to score Mike Cameron. They wave in Edgar Martinez. Boone with 3 RBIs on Saturday, and the Mariners take a 4-3 lead. Bottom 9, Rangers down 6-3. 2 on for A-Rod, still without an RBI as a Ranger. There's RBI number 1 and 2. Frank Catalano and Randy Velarde come in. Texas gets within 1. Rodriguez to double. 2 out. Ken Caminiti, who had homered earlier in the game, grounds out to end it. Kazuhiro Sasaki survives, and the M's win 6-5. Rangers have lost 3 straight overall and 8 of their last 10 meetings with Seattle. Ryan Franklin, his first Major League win after 3 innings of shutout relief. Sasaki made it interesting, but he picks up his 3rd save.
A's getting together again. Top 3, Mariners up 1-0. Edgar against Gil Heredia. And Big Wood for Martinez, his first of the year. 2-0 Seattle. Bottom 5, 2-0 Mariners. Terrence Long facing John Alama, and Long, John Olerud knocking it down. Brett Boone hustling over, and Terrence Long not happy, got punched down. Bottom 7, 3-1 Mariners. Bases loaded for Eric Chavez. Arthur Rhodes gets him swinging. Mariners keep the 3-1 lead. Johnny Damon, who hasn't hit a lick so far, grounder to third. David Bell boy, when you're not hitting, things like that happen. Damon slapping it. Bell, the terrific play from the seat of his pants. David Bell making the nice play to save the hit there, and the Mariners go on to beat the A's. Again, Oakland having trouble with the sticks. Only 5 hits, 1 run, 5-1 the final. Carlos Guillen scored 3 runs. Bell, in addition to the great defense you saw, 2 for 4 at the plate with an RBI. And Seattle has now won 4 out of 5, while Oakland has lost 4 out of 5.
The bottom 7, man on first for Miguel Tejada, who sautés one to left, but Mark McLemore, the great running catch out there. Top 8, 1-zip M's, 2 on from Brett Boone. He would not leave him on. Bomb to left center, over Terrence Long's head. Ollie, income free. McLemore scores. John Olerud hot behind him. Boone with the 2 RBI double. It's 3-zip M's. Bottom 8. After pinch hitting, Ichiro goes out to right field. We're going to need him. Ramon Hernandez shoots one that way. Terrence Long going to try Ichiro's arm, and he is lunch meat. He is Kato Salami. The gun by Ichiro Suzuki. Jay Buhner congratulates him as the M's win at 3-0. Their 5th win in the last 6 games over Oakland. Kazuhiro Sasaki earned his major league leading 5th save in this one. Aaron Seeley, a quality effort, 8 shutout innings. He allowed just 4 hits on the night.
A's, or alphabetically as A's, M's. Ichiro Suzuki leading off, hitting 371. Suzuki, that's Japanese for little bingo. It's the top of the 3rd, 1-zip A's. 2 batters later with 2 on. Oh boy, Tim Hudson hit Edgar Martinez's bat right in the fat part. 2nd homer of the season. He's 7 for 13 lifetime against Hudson. Rick Peterson comes out. He's the pitching coach, calms down Hudson. And, of course, what he said worked out perfectly with the bases. Chucky throws a wild pitch, and John Olerud scores from 3rd, 4-1 Mariners. After another Hudson walk, Carlos Guillen, who comes in batting 111, 3 for 27, drives one for a ground rule double. Brett Boone scores the Mariners up 5-1. Art House says, that's enough. Kid, you're out. Hudson, 2 1/3 innings, 5 earned runs on 6 hits and 4 walks. 7-3 Mariners. They sweep Oakland for the first time since '93, and they break Hudson's 10-start unbeaten streak. And at 7-2, they are off to the best start in the 25-year history of the franchise. Insert your A-Rod, Junior, or Big Unit snide comment here. A's scored just 4 runs in 3 games.
Angels looking for their 4th straight win. Mariners at Anaheim Saturday. Bottom 3, Freddie Garcia gets Darren Erstad fishing. Garcia struck out the side in the 3rd. He had a no-hitter into the 6th. Top 5, 1-0 Seattle, 2 on. It's Ichiro.
2-0 lead. There's a
Into left. Dan Wilson jogs in. It's now 2-0 Seattle. It was 2-1 M's in the bottom of the 7th. Garcia is cruising. David Eckstein. No. Garcia went 7-2 3rd, allowed only 2 hits, and the Mariners win 2-1. Freddie Garcia has now won 6 of his last 7 starts. Seattle now 6-0 against righty starters this season, the only team in the major leagues without a loss to right-handed pitching.
To Anaheim, the Angels and the M's. Pat Rapp facing Edgar Martinez. It is deep and not playable. 3rd homer of the year. Top 8. Game now tied at 3. 2 men aboard. Brett Boone, 4th team in 4 years. Shigetoshi Hasegawa gives up the double past Benji Gill. Mariners up 5-3. Still in the 8th. Mariners leading at 6-3. And Carlos Guillen checking the signs at 3rd. David Bell at 3rd. Stan Javier on 2nd. Could he late? Yep, he did it again. Didn't he do this last year in the postseason? To perfection. The suicide squeeze. Bell comes plateward. M's go on to win this one by the final of 7-5. Seattle remains the only team in the majors that has not lost to a right-handed starter, going 7-0. The M's will now return to Seattle and await the arrival of A-Rod.
A-Rod greeted nicely by his ex-teammate Edgar Martinez, but what about the fans? You knew that was going to happen. You knew the signs were going to come out big time. The fans were creative. They even threw paper money in protest of A-Rod's appearance. Here he is at his first at-bat. Grounded to 3rd, David Bell. Throws to 2nd for the force. Bottom 2nd, Mariners up 1-0, bases loaded for Mike Cameron. Hasn't he been something since replacing Ken Griffey Jr. a year ago? A-Rod can't make the play. Dan Wilson, Carlos Guillen would score. M score 5 in the inning, 6-0 Mariners. Top of the 3rd, A-Rod 2nd at bat. Rodriguez Watch this closely. It's his only hit of the game. It loaded the bases. The Rangers would score 4 in that inning, and they were down 6-4. Same score, top of the 4th. A-Rod. Back to the pitcher, Ryan Franklin, who races A-Rod to first for the out. Boy, the fans love that. Still same score, 6-4, Seattle. Ryan Franklin facing A-Rod again, and got him. Mariners still up now 7-5. It was 9-5 Mariners in the 9th. 2 outs, 1 on, Rafael Palmeiro. For the love of elevation, his second home run of the game. Rangers down 9-7 now. Next batter, Pudge Rodriguez. So dangerous, but not right there. David Bell, 0 for 4 at the plate, but that was a nice play. Game over. Mariners win, beating A-Rod's team, the Texas Rangers, 9-7. Usually the Rangers are involved in the 9-8 game. This time it was 9-7. Rangers starter Ryan Glynn allowed 7 runs in 3 innings and losing his 7th straight start dating back to last season. Mike Cameron drove in 3 runs for Seattle. After, A-Rod reacted to the negative reaction by Mariner fans and said he wasn't surprised by it.
I thought they were great. It's not like they were cursing. It's not like they were throwing things. I thought they were loud and exciting and supporting their team. And if I was a fan, I probably would have duplicated what they did. I thought it was fun. I had a lot of fun out there. It was fun to come back. It brought back some incredible memories. And I'm glad I get the opportunity to play against them. It's so nice to come back to the Northwest, a place where I have so many warm memories. And I think it's fun. I mean, if they were playing, I would probably be booing the fans. So, I mean, it kind of, it's all good.
Now, about A-Rod. Ifco looking to take 2 straight from A-Rod and the Rangers. Bottom 1, no score. Rick Helling on the mound. That could be disaster. Edgar Martinez, A-Rod backhand, the low throw. Though Rafael Palmeiro, can't blame him. It's a low throw. Martinez is safe. Error on A-Rod. It would cost them because your next batter is John Olerud. His first home run of the year makes it 2-0 Seattle against Helling. Came in with an ERA over 12. Palmeiro facing Jamie Moyer, and Palmeiro testing Ichiro in right. Ichiro timing his jump perfectly, robbing Rafi of a home run. Bottom 2, same score. A-Rod's replacement at short is Carlos Guillen, and Guillen makes it happen. Don't you think that was sweet for Carlos? His first, 4-0 Seattle. Bottom 7, 5-4 Mariners with a runner on third. Mike Cameron, the chopper, A-Rod. That's 2 errors in this game. Ichiro would score. Another Seattle victory over A-Rod's Texas Rangers. 6-4 the final. Rick Helling, 6 1/3, 10 hits allowed, 4 earned runs allowed. Mariners have won 4 straight and 10 of 12. Ichiro 4 for 4. A 12-game hit streak for him that ties the Seattle rookie mark. With no A-Rod distractions, the Mariners return to just playing baseball against the Angels. 2 outs, no score. Freddie Garcia striking out Tim Salmon. Salmon did have 3 of the Angels' 6 hits in this game. Garcia humming along. See? Striking out Ben Molina. Garcia struck out 6, retiring the first 11 Angels. Carlos Guillen. Broken bat shot of Wally Joyner. He's a veteran. Double and Al Martin off first. We're scoreless. Bottom of the 6th, 2 on, 2 out, John Olerud. Just sort of bloops it. He's a professional hitter. Ichiro comes around from second. Ichiro, by the way, had 2 hits in this game. Olerud was 2 for 4. Mariners lead by 1. Mariners lead by 2. Garrett Anderson over Olerud's head. Down the line it goes. Troy Gloss comes all the way around from first. He's useful, and Gloss would beat the throw home. Angels trim that lead by Seattle to 2-1. Top of the 9th, it was 3-2 now Mariners. 2 out, 1 on. Sasaki getting Scott Spezia to fly deep. Would it be deep enough? Ichiro is there, and he puts it away. Sasaki getting his 8th save, and Mariners getting a victory, 3-2. Ichiro hit in the first inning.
Mariners trying to extend their best start ever. Second of a 4-game visit from the Angels. Bottom 1, Ichiro down the right field line. The hit streak now to 15. He's 2 for 4 on Friday. More on him in a moment. What a start. Bottom 4, Brett Boone. And this one goes to first. The throw to second, and then back over to first. That's how you turn 2. Boone is safe, though. Hold on. So runners on the corners. Still fourth. Boone on second after an Al Martin RBI ground out. Tom Lampkin to left. They're going to wave in Boone, and it's a 3-1 Seattle lead. Top 9, Kazuhiro Sasaki trying to shut the door on Glenn Allen Hill to second. And look at Boone. Nice play here. Mariners win 4-1. Sasaki's 9 saves. Angels have lost 4 straight to Seattle. Ichiro, 15 straight games he's hit in. He went 2 for 4, as we mentioned. He's hitting .400, during his hitting streak, 26 for 65. Then there's Tim Salmon, who is 0 for 2 Friday. He is just 5 for his last 31.
That's John Oler with the bases loaded off Jared Washburn. He rips it. Foul. Jared Washburn throwing a little like Chris Washburn, because 3 pitches later, Olerud, as they say in the biz, straightens it out. That is the money ball. Olerud 2 for 3, the grand slam. The Mariners led 4-0. He's now hitting .375. Top 4, 1 out, bases empty. Troy Gloss. Carlos Guillen backing up Jamie Moyer, who gave up just 3 hits in 5 innings. Was thrown on 3 days rest. Top 6, bases loaded again. Adam Kennedy. Ryan Franklin. There's Olerud to make the defensive play. Angels fail to score in top 8. Arthur Rhodes gets Scott Spezia. It was a half swing, but it's a whole strike. 5-2 is your final. The Mariners.
Ball for the Angels and the Mariners. It's Aaron Seeley, hoping to help the M's to a sweep. Seeley to Garrett Anderson. The 4-6-3 double play in the top of the 4th. Seeley pitched 6 scoreless innings. Bottom 4, Al Martin. It's deep and not playable. First homer of the year for Al. Mariners led it 2-0. The Al Mariners. Mariners up 5-0. Darren Erstad. Mark McLemore with the grab and gets the force at second. Mariners win this one by the final of 5-0. Mariners complete the 4-game sweep of the Angels. That's the first time in team history they have done that. With the sweep, the M's improved to 15-4. They now head east to meet the Yankees. This marked the 15th time in 19 games the Angels' opponent has scored first.
For the Yankees in that ALCS, now pitching for the Mariners, Freddie Garcia lost this battle with Bernie Williams in the bottom of the 5th. The Yankees go up 5-3 on Bernie's second of the year. Top of the 7th, man on. Roger is still in the game. Tom Lampkin at left. Chuck Knobloch gloves it, and the ball caroms off the wall, back in. Boone, who was on the run, said, just come on home now, Brett. It's ruled a home run for Lampkin. Joe Torre and Lance Barksdale discussed, but the ruling still stands that the ball had left the yard, but as you can see, it sort of pops off the top, just like Todd Zeal's home run or fly ball did in Game 1 of last year's World Series. Top of the 8th, John Olerud up at the plate, and he brings in Edgar Martinez with 2 outs in the 8th inning. The Mariners had an insurance run in the 9th. First 2 runs scored off of Mike Stanton this year. Bottom of the 8th, Seattle still up by 1. 2 on, 2 outs. Norm Charlton facing Tino Martinez. Swinging. Charlton struck out the side in the 8th. The Mariners go on a win, 7-5. Garcia retired the last 7 batters he faced and hung around long enough to get the win, improving his career regular season numbers against the Yankees to 3-1 with a 3.74 ERA. That's 5 straight wins for the Mariners, who improved to 9-3 this season in games decided by 1 or 2 runs. The days of home run derbies and blown saves in Seattle are over. The Mariners' current April ERA is more than a run better than last April's, which wasn't too shabby in its own right. Seattle entered Tuesday's game in New York with the major's 5th best ERA, while its pen has blown only 2 of 14 saves. That is how Seattle is 12 games over 500, Reese.
In the Bronx, Mariners looking for their 6th straight win. Top of the 2nd, David Bell liner. Derek Jeter, the great catch. The replay confirms what we already suspected. He caught it. 2 batters later, bases loaded, 2 outs. Carlos Guillen, liner to right. Paul O'Neill, gets right by him. All 3 runners come on to score. Guillen goes into second. Mariners up 3-0, and Andy Pettit, not pleased, gave up 4 runs in the inning. Now bottom of the 5th, Yankees down 5-3, made a comeback. 2 on, 2 outs. Jorge Posada down the left field line. That brings in Chuck Knobloch and Jeter. Posada ends up with a double. 3 for 4, 2 RBI, and you just saw him. Game tied at 5. Now top of the 6th, Mariners have taken a 6-5 lead. 2 on, 2 outs. Ichiro, the single to right center, brings home Bell. Ichiro 2 for 5, 2 RBI. Mariners win their 6th straight, 7-5 the final. Seattle improving its record to 17-4. 3 RBI for AL's all-time strikeout leader before this one. Top of the 5th, man on second, tied at 1. Edgar Martinez off Mike Mussina. The single to right brings home Mike Cameron and gives Seattle a 2-1 lead. Bottom of the 5th now, nobody on. Jamie Moyer to Chuck Knobloch. And Knobloch, his first homer of the year, a solo shot, and we are all even at 2. Top of the 7th now, runners on first and second. It's Martinez again, as he rips one. This one going all the way to the wall in center field. and has scored 2 runners on a double for Edgar. He was 3 for 5, drove in 4 in the game. Now to the bottom of the 9th, 7-3 Seattle. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Bernie Williams facing Arthur Rhodes. Williams, the grounder to short. Carlos Guillen makes the play, and that is your ball game. The M's just keep on rolling. 7-3 the final. They complete their first sweep of the Yankees in nearly 4 years. 7 straight wins now for the Mariners, who are a Major League best 18-4. The Yanks 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position. They have lost 8 of their last 11.
Yeah. Top 2, Tom Lampkin scalding on that way. Frank Thomas can't make the play. That's why they like Frank as a DH. Error 3. After 2 walks, Ichiro goes down that line off Thomas's glove. 2 runs would score on the double. Ends up 2-zip. Could be some bad news for Frank Thomas. He's in some obvious pain. He hurts himself. It is a strained right tricep. Thomas day to day. Aaron Seeley throwing wiffle balls at Paul Konerko. Check this thing out as it falls off the table. Even the catcher, Tom Lampkin, has trouble catching up with that thing. What a yacker. Seeley goes 7 innings, struck out 4, top 8. John Olerud, ground ball to Herbert Perry. Edgar Martinez sliding into second base, goes down in pain. His right ankle kind of crumples under him. He would leave the game. No word on his status. Go to the bottom of the 9th. The bases are bloated. White Sox down 8-3. Kaz Sasaki gets Ray Durham to softly line out, and the Mariners win again, 8-3. Sasaki gets his 12th save. That ties Lee Smith's record for the month of April. 8 straight wins for the M's. Their record an ungodly 19-4. The best start since the aforementioned '87 Brewers. The White Sox, on the other hand, have dropped 9 of 12. The injured Frank Thomas with the bases bloated, and Baines snaps out of a 2-for-21 slump, brings in a couple. Baines' first 2 RBI on the year. White Sox up 5-4. But these are the Mariners. They never lose. Top 6, Mark McLemore facing Rocky Biddle. And Mark McLemore showing some muscles. That's over the wall. His 3rd home run of the season. We're tied at 5. Later, Brett Boone up with 2 on. The scalding shot off the glove of Jose Valentin. That'll bring Mike Cameron around. 6-5 M's. Top 8. Lorenzo Barcelo facing David Bell. And David wins. Sticks it into center. Edgar Martinez will score. Boone will come around as well. The Mariners extend to 8-5. Kazuhiro Sasaki, he is automatic. Gets Magli Ordonez to fly to center. And the Mariners win again 8-5. Sasaki breaks Lee Smith's record for saves in April with 13. Seattle with the most wins ever in the month of April. The M's at 20-4, off to the best start since the '87 Brewers, who also started 20-4.
Somewhere in Japan, there's a kid with a baseball that could put him through college. Kid that scraped together 1,200 yen for a bleacher seat to watch the Oryx Blue Wave take on the Kanitsu Buffaloes back on June 12, 1994. A kid with the presence of mind to dump his squid and seaweed nachos and go chase down the first professional home run ever hit by Ichiro. The one he walloped off the great pitching ace, Hideo Nomo. Oh, you love that. 7 years later, the kid's got a story. Ichiro, 4-13 lifetime against Nomo. First at bat, second pitch. Ichiro grounds softly. You're out. Flew out in his second at bat. Bottom 5, 1/3 at bat. Nomo hits him. Ouch. This, by the way, the 6th anniversary of Nomo's big league debut with the Dodgers. 2 batters later, bases loaded for Edgar Martinez, and Edgar, he can still rake it through the left side. 2 runs are going to score, including Ichiro. Mariners take the lead 3-1. Bottom 7, same score. Runners at second for Ichiro. Crushes one off Derek Lowe. That gets through. David Bell will score. Ichiro, he's going to run 270 feet. We measured. Triple. Mariners up at that point 4-1, and they win it by a count of 5-1. So he was 1 for 3, but 0 for 2, and hit by a pitch versus Nomo. He's hit safely in 25 of 27 games. Nomo not his best. 4 runs over 6 innings for the loss. And Aaron Seeley, he's now 5-0, 9-0 in his last 12 starts dating back to last season.
Bottom of the first, Frank Castillo to John Olerud. Seattle already up 1-0. Make that 2-0. A valiant effort by Dante Bichette out and right. Olerud's 5th. How did that happen? Well, Bichette just missing it. The webbing of his glove. Third inning, 2-1 Mariners. Mike Cameron at the plate, and Cameron busting out the whooping stick. Deep and way gone. His third of the year, 4-1 Mariners. Just like that, fifth inning, still 4-1 Mariners. Bases full of Red Sox for Bichette against Moyer. Bichette grounds to Brett Boone, who makes the play to get Moyer out of the jam. Moyer went 7 innings, 9 hits, 3 runs, 5 strikeouts, and the Mariners win 10-3. Mark McLemore had a pinch hit 3-run double in the 8th. He's 5 for 6 with 6 RBI as a pinch hitter this season.
Here we go. Edgar Martinez facing Joey Hamilton, and Martinez lives for vertical. A 2-run home run. Mariners up 4-2 on Martinez's 4th dong of the year. But we're tied in the 7th, and Lou sends up 193 hitter Dan Wilson a pinch hit. Way to go, Lou. Dan Wilson breaking out of an 0-for-18 slump, his first homer ever as a pinch hitter, and the Mariners are up 5-4. After Carlos Guillen bunted his way on, Ichiro gets a hold of this pitch. Jose Cruz Jr., all sorts of trouble. Guillen would score. Ichiro, 2 for 5, 2 RBI. He's now batting .350. Mariners win, despite Fulmer going 4 for 4 in the loss for Toronto. Sasaki with his 14th save and 15 chances. Seattle's bullpen bouncing back from Friday's disaster, in which they allowed 4 runs and 3 1/3. On Saturday, the pen allows just 1 unearned run in 4 innings. For Dan Wilson, his first homer in 28 career at-bats as a pinch hitter.
Red Sox Mariners. M's throwing Aaron Seeley in Game 2. It's 5-0. Bottom second. Mariners. Oh boy, Seeley hits Chris Steins in the head. Hits him in the cheek. Let's take another look at this one. Aaron Seeley against Chris Steins. Steins' left eye swollen shut. X-rays reveal 2 fractures in the left cheekbone. Will list him as fortunate. Top third, perhaps retaliation. Frank Castillo facing John Olerud. Behind him, Lou Piniella comes out. He wants to discuss this. So does Jimmy Williams. Neither side very happy, but Castillo stays in the game. The Mariners go on to score 2 runs in the inning, go up 4-zip. Here's some payback. Manny Ramirez, 2 for 3, is 11th homer, hitting .409. The Red Sox trail 4-1. Top 8, game tied at 5 after a Trot Nixon 2-run homer. Olerud drives it deep. Gets stuck out there long enough for Stan Javier to score. Mariners go up 6-5. Next batter, Brett Boone. Rolando Araujo now on the bump for Boston. And them baseballs are solid, and that's up around Boone's head. Piniella, he's upset. Now he wants Araujo toss. Not going to happen. The Mariners going to score 4 more in the inning. Go up 10-5. Jose Paniagua, and now he tosses one at Manny Ramirez for ball 4. Manny doesn't want to charge him out. Dusts himself off. Goes to first. Jimmy Williams. This is a beanball here at Fenway. Mariners win it 10-5.
2 more AL teams with winning records. The Mariners and Red Sox. Chris Steins on the DL. He was hit in the head on Wednesday. John Valentin, his first at bat since last May, had that injured knee, got the standing O. And here he is. Hey, who's rusty? Not John. First pitch from John Halama off the monster. Al Martin jumps. He can't make the grab. Valentin into second with a stand-up double. He also started at shortstop in this game for the first time since '96. Top of the 5th, Carlos Guillen picking his spots. Al Martin is going to try to score all the way from first base. Here comes the throw by Mike Lansing, and he's called safe by the umpire, Mark Wegner. Mariners have 1-0. Wait a minute, catcher Jason Varitek is going nuts. He says, you got the call wrong, and then the umpire throws Varitek out of the game. Varitek can't believe it. The umpire would say later, I threw him out. Oh, look, Jimmy Williams is tossed as well. Lou is like, I've done that before as well. Take another look. You know, Martin is clearly safe. Anyway, Edgar Martinez, he's got a thing for hanging curves, especially that one by Tomooka. Martinez's 5th of the year, and the Mariners were up 3-1. They weren't done. Same score, 2 batters later. Brett Boone flexing for the fences, and he knew it. Boone goes deep, and the Mariners have a win. Kaz Sasaki with a 16th save and 17 chances. Halama pitching on 3 days rest allowed just 1 earned run and 3 hits in 5 1/3. Now, as for the incident involving Boston catcher Jason Varitek,
Mariners Blue Jays, first of 3 at Sky Dome, top 6. Ichiro. Off the glove of Tony Batista, that's an infield single. Ichiro extends his hitting streak to 17 games. He's hit safely in 33 of 35 games this year. 1-1 tie, Mark McLemore at third. Mike Cameron, let Mike Cameron go. 2-run shot to deep left center off Joey Hamilton. Cameron sixth, makes it 3-1 M's. Bottom six, Carlos Delgado, a solo shot off Paul Abbott. That is career home run number 204. He passes Joe Carter to become Toronto's all-time home run leader. Blue Jays get within one. Delgado's 14 homers this year leads the American League. Bottom nine, Luis Lopez to David Bell at third, throwing it out from his knees. And the M's win 7-2. Blue Jays pounded even after holding a team meeting before the game.
M's and J's at Sky Dome. The M's love Sky Dome. It's Ichiro, a 17-game hitting streak. Make it 18. He's leading the major leagues in hits. Still top third, 2-zip M's. First and third for Mike Cameron. And he's bombing away to right, and there she goes. A 3-run jack. Cameron's 7th of the year, 5-zip Seattle. Top 5, Ichiro up again. And he sticks this one in the right center field gap. Carlos Guillen going to score all the way from first. Ichiro pulls in with a triple. He had a shot at the cycle in the 9th. Billy catch. Deals, and that's right back through the box. A 4-hit game for Ichiro. Now batting .351 as Seattle wins 11-7. The Mariners have won 4 in a row.
Which means wow. Tenoshimi yo, which means let's party. Hade-na means flashy. First pitch of the game, Ichiro smacks a double. He had a single, double, and triple for the second straight game. He also extended his hitting streak to 19 games. Top 7. Dan Wilson line drive to Tony Batista, tags Mike Cameron, throws to first for the double play. But the umpire called it a triple play, thinking Batista caught the ball and then doubled the runner-up. Batista in the dugout because the inning was over. Come on, man, you know the ball bounced first. The umpire eventually changed it to a double play. Bottom 9, Blue Jays down 7-5. Kazuhiro Sasaki gets Shannon Stewart to ground out to end the game. Sasaki's 17th save of the year. M's win at 7-5. 5 straight wins by the Mariners. Best record in the bigs. Ichiro has that 19-game hitting streak. He's hit safely in 35 of Seattle's 37 games. He's hitting .360, and we trace it back to 1975. No player has ever hit a single, double, and triple in consecutive games. The kid is Bigger Rashid.
I don't know what the White Sox paid, but they got the dugout included. There's Ichiro. Bottom 6, game tied, 2 out. And Ichiro, 2-out knocks are great. The hitting streak's at 20. Carlos Guillen scores. Mariners up 3-2. Ichiro finishes up 2 for 5. Top 7, White Sox down 3-2. No outs, nobody on. Jeff Leeper off Aaron Seeley, his first major league home run. Jose Valentin, Carlos Lee also went back-to-back in the first off Seeley. So we're tied at 3 in the bottom of the 7th. Brett Boone, who was 3 for 3 here, just your routine sac fly, good enough to score Edgar Martinez and put the Mariners up 4-3. Would it hold? Top 9. Same numbers. Josh Paul. That's down in the right field corner. Ichiro falls down, but he comes up with it. To Boone, to Mark McLemore. Friends, never make the first or third out at third, and Josh Paul just made the first. 2 outs now, runners on the corners for the Sox. Jose Paniagua gets Carlos Lee, and the Mariners win it by a count of 4-3, extend their win streak to 6 games. They're now 8-0 when Seeley starts this year. Ichiro, as I said, 2 for 5, a 20-game hit streak. That's tops in the majors this season. His longest, by the way, when he was winning 7 batting titles in Japan, was 23 games. Mariners, White Sox, M's trying to be the first big league team to reach 30 wins, and Ichiro trying to run that hitting streak to 21 games, and Ichiro has just run that hitting streak to 21 games off Rocky Biddle, second longest in club history. Joey Cora went for 24.97. Carlos Guillen hustled home. Mariners were up 3-2. 6th inning, still 3-2. Paul Abbott facing Carlos Lee. Mike Cameron can cover a lot of ground, and then he dives. Giving effort. Effort is the key to success. Look at it again. He got dirty. That's always solid. Mom doesn't always like it, though. She's got to do the wash. 7th inning. Bases chucked. John Allrood, 2 outs. Allrood, .364 career hitter with the bases loaded. Add a few more points onto that. That'll get down on right field. 2 runs will score. Seattle takes a 5-2 lead. Rolling at the safe. 8th inning. Paul Konerko up with 2 on and 2 outs and swings through that one from Jose Paniagua. Konerko 0 for 4 and 4 Ks. Tomorrow cannot come soon enough. The M's win at 7-2 for
Ichiro looking to extend his hit streak to 22 games. Mariners hosting the White Sox. No score in the first. Ichiro makes his waste no time against David Wells. Ichiro 3 for 5. He's hitting .371. He's got his 22-game hitting streak. Seattle fans pumped up. Ichiro causing havoc as well on the base paths. He's a complete player. You know it, I know it, we all know it. Wells the pitch. It's in the dirt. Ichiro steals second. Same at bat.
There he goes again.
Good jump by Ichiro on Wells. Steals third. His 13th steal. He's tied for the AL lead. Edgar Martinez up with Ichiro on third. Martinez broken bat single. He was 1 for 4. He's hitting .293. Ichiro scores 1-0. Same score when Brett Boone does that. He's 8th of the year. 3-run jack. 4-0 Mariners off of David Wells. That's all the help Freddie Garcia would need. Garcia 7 2/3, 6 hits allowed, just 1 earned run and 3 Ks. Mariners cruising 5-1. It's mid-May, and the Mariners have already swept 5 series. They become the 11th team in Major League history to start a season at 31-9 or better. Last team to do that, the 1998 New York Yankees.
Yankees going for the Seattle sweep, but the Rocket loads the bases in the first, and Brett Boone unloads them. Takes Roger Clemens to the gap. 3-run double for Brett Boone. He now leads the Mariners with 43 RBI. Top of the fourth, Yankees have men on first and second, but the Mariners catching a break. Alfonso Soriano, shot to center. Mike Cameron grabs it, but then drops it. So the Yankees need to move. The Yankees runners don't know if it's caught or not. It was not caught, so Jorge Posada's tagged out, and Scott Brocious is forced out, and that is the way the fourth would end for the Yankees. Mariners avoid the sweep 6-2. Aaron Seeley gave up just 2 runs in 7 2/3 to improve to 6-0 this season and 23-10 in his 2 seasons in Seattle. Clemens struck out 9, but got tagged with his first loss of the year. Ichiro, by the way, could be starting a new streak, having gone 1 for 4.
Teaser for the ALCS in October, and well, the Twins were down 1-0. Torrey Hunter got a hold of one, 3-run jack off Freddie Garcia, and just like that, the home team's up 3-1. Hunter's fifth. Bottom 5, Twins lead 3-2. Runners on the corners, Garcia, Christian, Antonio Guzman. You're getting this house right now. Twins cannot capitalize. Double play. Top 7. Brett Boone rips one off Eric Milton. Milton never has beaten the Mariners. Ichiro scores. Mariners lead 4-3. Top 8, bases empty. We're tied at 4. David Bell just missed a grand slam on Tuesday here. Home run to put his team up 5-4, his third. Bottom 8, bases chucked. Trailing 5-4. Lou Piniella points to the bullpen. Kazuhiro Sasaki comes in. He has work to do. First up, Jock Jones, 3-2 count. Gassed him. That's 2 outs. A.J. Brzezinski, pinch hitter. A little flare, but Mike Cameron is there, and the Twins leave the bases loaded. Bottom 9, 2 outs. Sasaki shatters Doug Mientkiewicz' bat. He was 0 for 4 at this point. Gets a new twig, goes back, and, well, might as well have just hung on to the handle of the old one. Freezes on fastball, strike 3. Mientkiewicz 0 for 5, and the Mariners win it 5-4. Sasaki, a 5-out save, his 18th in 20 chances. Besides the loss, the Twins going to have to go 15 days without starter Mark Redmond. They put him on the DL with a strained muscle in his throwing arm. The division leaders split the brief series 1-1.
Our offense is better than people think, but you know, the thing that we get it done with is our defense and our pitching, and they both work together and go hand in hand, and they keep us in every game. And then, you know, when we do get that big hit, you know, we have a chance to you know, take the lead or tie the game, and whenever you have a chance to win, you know, it's fun to go out and play.
Mariners and the Royals. Kazuhiro Sasaki getting loose in his own way. Top 7, it's Ichiro. Gets through. Carlos Guillen comes around to score. And Seattle's down 6-4. Still at the top of the 7th, Edgar Martinez. Base hit. Gets through there. David Bell comes in. Seattle within 1 at 6-5. Still a 1-1 game, top 8. David Bell, Luis Alicea rushes the throw, gets away, run comes in to score. We're all tied up at 6. That's a score. 2 on for Ichiro. We're still in the 8th. Jason Grimsley looks to second. No one's home, and then throws it away at first. So KC self-destructs. Carlos Guillen scored the go-ahead run, and Seattle goes on to win 9-6. Edgar Martinez, 4 hits.
studio.
Mariners, Royals, bottom 5, 4-1 Mariners, Aaron Seeley. Look out for the big deuce, Mike Sweeney. And then, now you heard Bob Brenly, of course, discussing poultry earlier in the show, and here the chicken taking a few throws at first. Top 7, 4-1 Mariners, Brett Boone at the dish, and he is delivering the 2-run homer to right center, his 9th of the year, and the Mariners merrily win again, 7-2. The M should start Aaron Seeley every day. He's 7-0, and the team is 10-0 when he starts. He ties reliever Roy Thomas with the most wins to start a Seattle season. Ichiro's a chop, just 1 for 6.
To Kansas City for the Royals and the M's. Ichiro is not starting for the first time this season. Royals down 4-3, bottom 9. Kazuhiro Sasaki looking to close it out. Gone. Dave McCarty has tied it at 4. Sasaki's 3rd blown save in 22 chances. McCarty's 3rd home run on the season. Still tied in the 11th. Bases loaded for Mike Cameron. Jose Santiago deals Cameron. Into the corner, Jermaine Dye. Charles Gibson tags from 3rd, 5-4 Seattle. Bottom 11, nobody out. Norm Charlton to Dye. Got a hold of it. And guess who came in as a defensive replacement? It's Ichiro. Dye and the Royals come up just short on the comeback trail. The M's win it by the final 5-4. That's
Well, the Mariners, the best winning percentage in baseball on the road, best winning percentage on grass, best winning percentage during the day, and BWP against right-handers. To the foregone conclusion in KC. Top 4, it's a 4-zip lead for the M's. Chad Durbin gets whacked by Dan Wilson. Oh my. Later in the inning, Edgar Martinez. Mike Cameron getting in the hit thing. Makes it an 8-0 game. Cameron, a hit. Walked twice. Let's go to the next batter, please. Carlos Guillen. He had 3 hits. Cameron scores. They run really fast in Seattle. 5 runs in the 4th, leading 9-zip, and then they're playing defense.
It's the coffee.
Mike Sweeney leads the majors in doubles, but look at Ichiro is right there. He also had 2 hits and a spectacular grab. The M's go on to win at 13-3, 3rd win streak of 5 games or more this season for the Mariners. John Olerud 4 for 5 and 10 for 19 in the series. Paul Abbott gets his first complete game in 59 big league starts, and it's the first by the M's throwers this season. Royals swept at home in 4 games for the first time in 15 years. Seattle, Baltimore, brought to you by the letters M and O. Top 3rd, 2 outs, no score. Brady Anderson. No relish. And Ichiro going to bail out Freddie Garcia. He's running, and slides and makes the grab. He brought his glove to work on Tuesday, and he wasn't done. Top 6, Garcia again, this time to Mike Bordick, and there's Ichiro. And long as you're out there, yeah, thanks. Could you get that? Bordick, the collar in 4 trips. And top 9 this time, Ichiro bailing out Kazusaki. Hurry up, baby, coming in, and he has got it. Jerry Hairston Jr. has been robbed. Mariners win at 3-2, their 6th victory in a row. They are 38-12. That's the best record after 50 games for any team since 1984 when the Tigers started 39-11. Ichiro, besides the glove work, 2 hits, has 83 for the season. That's the most for a player after 50 team games. Carney Lansford had 84 for the 1988 Athletics.
The beginning of his consecutive game streak, May 30th, 1982, and he celebrates with his 18th RBI of the season with a sac fly to Lionel DeShields and come home. Orioles have a 1-0 lead. Top of the 6th, Seattle up 2-1. John Lama facing Mike Kincaid. Oh, that young man has a lot to learn about this game. How dare he bunt in that situation? How dare he crawl to first base? Kincaid giving up his body for the ball club. He was safe. Bottom 6, we are tied at 2, and David Bell unties it. Mike Cameron would score. Seattle up 3-2, and they would get many, many more. Mariners erupted for 7 in the 8th, putting back-to-back jacks by John Olerud and Brett Boone.
Those at Safeco Baseballs, sure thing. And look at that, Jay Buhner, buzz cut night. Our producer Pete McComble joined in on that, by the way. Top 1st, Aaron Seeley facing David Segui. No score with 1 on. Segui swinging, you're out. And Chris Richards swipes the bag. First stolen base allowed by Seeley in 78 innings. Bottom 3rd, Mariners up 1-zip. John Olerud, that's a base knock. And guess who's going to come home to score? Ichiro. Yeah. It's like the only answer to every question for the Mariners. 2-0 lead. Top 7, Seeley facing Greg Myers. Al Martin, long as you're out there, you want to get that, and he does. Got his glove to work on the handlebar of his bicycle, always cute. Next batter, Cal Ripken Jr. facing Seeley. In this one, nobody's going to catch. 3rd homer of the season for Ripken, 420th of his career, but it only pulls the O's within 1. Top 8, Arthur Rhodes, Brady Anderson, no relation. And how about this? With the tying run coming home, Melvin Mora gunned down Olerud. Quick play there from first. Kazazaki closes out the ninth, 2-1. The Mariners win it. Aaron Seeley now 8-0. First 8-game winner in the AL. His 100th career win. Your Ichiro update, 1 for 3. 47 hits in May. No home runs. It's the most hits for any player in a homerless month since Julio Franco in August of '84 when he also had 47. M's go 20-5 in April.
D-Rays against the Mariners. The M's had won 8 straight. Bottom first, 2-on-2 out for Brett Boone. And Booney deep to center, and this one will one-hop the wall. Ali, income free. 2-run score. Boone with 3 RBI on the night. Top 5, nobody on, nobody out. Russ Johnson to left center field. Controversy here. Mark McLemore, does he catch it or no? Umpire Scott Higginson rules it's a dropped ball. Lou Piniella nonplussed with the call. Here's why. Take another look. That's clean. That should have been a catch. The D-Rays would end up tying the game with 2 in that inning. The bottom 7, John Olerud, that sweet swing. He'll find the wall. Look at Edgar. He's chugging around, and he is going to score. The Mariners take the 6-4 lead and go on to win this one. 8-4 is the final. That is their 9th straight win. It's the second time this season they've had a 9-game winning streak. Only 5 teams in baseball history have gotten off to better starts than these Mariners.
Best team hosting baseball's worst team. Devil Rays in Seattle. Bottom 1, they're full for Brett Boone. That is into center. Al Martin comes in a tie at 2. Boone's 54th RBI. That's second best in the American League. Mariners up 3-2, still in the first. Bases loaded. Carlos Guillen to right. This drives in 2. The first 7 Mariners reach base safely off of Ryan Root. Bottom 4, Edgar Martinez to deep center. Gerald Williams is at the wall. Aflac. 2 runs scored. Goes off his shoulder. Take another look. Williams hits the wall. Yay.
Mariners. That thing's going to work.
I think that's going to take off big time. 7-4, Mariners beat Tampa Bay. Seattle has won 10 in a row, and they improved to 42-12. Only the 1939 Yankees and 1912 Giants had better 54-game starts.
Mariners, bottom 3, no score. Tanyan Sturtz facing Brett Boone. Peace. Opposite field, 2-run shot for Brett. 11th homer of the year. He's got 57 RBI, 2-zip Seattle. Top 8, 8-4 Mariners. Randy Wynn pinch hitting with the bases over 2 out. Arthur Rhodes played him. Top 9, D-Rays last chance, down 8-4. Sacks Jack, Greg Vaughn at the plate. Kazuhiro Suzuki gets Vaughn to fly out to David Bell to end the game. Ichiro, as a DH, Ichiro went 3 for 4, stole his 19th and 20th bases of the season. 11 straight wins for the Mariners. Check this, 43-12 record, the best start in baseball since the 1953 New York Yankees. Only the 1912 New York Giants and the 39 Yankees started better, going 44-11.
Rangers and the Mariners, you know that means A-Rod back at safe go. Top 1, it's Rafael Palmeiro the other way. 2-run home run, his 14th of the year, and Texas is up 2-zip. But this game belonged to Brett Boone, and I think it's because he talked to Linda Cohn for ESPN the magazine.
You better believe it.
Brett Boone, a 3-run home run, his 12th of the year, M's up 5-3. In the top of the 3rd, Rangers down 5-4, and it's A-Rod. There that one goes. He's now got 19 home runs, tying him with Manny Ramirez for the league lead. Mariners down 6-5, Texas up by 1. Bottom 7, Mariners still down. Mark Petkaiser coming in to pitch. A-Rod and Ichiro sharing a laugh. First batter, Petkaiser faces. Look at this. Brett Boone again. 3-run bomb. Seattle up 10 or 8-6, and they go on to win 11-6. Boone, career high 7 RBIs. The 5th player with 7 RBIs.
Mariners, no score, 2-on for Rafael Palmeiro against Aaron Seeley. Raffy finding some space. That scores Rusty Greer. 2 hits for Palmeiro, 47 RBI. What about the roof at Safeco, you wonder? Would have to be closed because rain started to fall. Imagine that, rain in Seattle. Top 3 for Palmeiro, nobody on. That is gone off of Seeley. Palmeiro's 15th of the year. Top of the 7th, we have a tie game. Pudge Rodriguez facing Seeley with Ken Caminetti on 3rd. Pudge That's an RBI single that scores Caminetti 4-3 Texas. Bottom 8 now. J.D. Smart on to face Brett Boone, the RBI machine, with a runner on first, but this time Boone grounds it to Caminetti. Texas gets the force. Boone beats the throw to first. 1 out with Boone on first. Key play, right? You better believe it. That's why we showed it. Next batter, Mike Cameron. You know, when you need a money hit, this man seems to always do it for Seattle. It's no coincidence. Cameron's 9th home run of the year. And Seattle beats Texas 5-4. The Mariners have won 13 straight. Their 45-12 start tied for the best ever after 57 games for an American League team, tied with the 39 Yankees.
The Cubs, who if the world ended tomorrow would still need one more year, they're also in first place. After 13 straight wins, Seattle fans now throw the standings at A-Rod instead of counterfeit cash. Chicago's won 13 of 14 with Sammy Sosa homers and 1 hitters in equal measure. 2. Start our hot watch at Safeco Field. M's and the Rangers. There's Alex Rodriguez. A little flare off Jamie Moyer. And Ichiro put his glove on the handlebar of his bike and came to the park and makes the catch. Let's look at it again. He's Ichiro. The backhand grab, and of course, he also added 2 hits. Darren Oliver for Texas back in the mound. First start since May 7th. The last time out, Oliver, well, he just didn't get out of the way of a comebacker, and that got his pitching hand, and that would sideline him for about a month. How'd he do? First batter he faces, Ichiro, and he gets him. Half swing, full strike, you're out. Bottom 1, nobody on, 2 outs. Edgar Martinez, pretty much all he does is hit and drive in runs. His 8th homer of the season. He drove in 2 in this one. 48 on the year. At this point, 1-zip Mariners. Top 6, 2 outs. Jamie Moyer gets Gabe Kapler. Kapler, 2 Ks, 2 walks on the night. Moyer, 7 innings pitched, 7 Ks. Bottom 8, 2-zip Mariners. Brett Boone. There's your Major League RBI leader, adding 1 to his total. Now 65. He leads the Bigs by 1. 6th in the 8th for the home team, and they go on to win it easily, 7-3. The M's 4th straight series sweep. Moyer improves to 5-0 at the safe this season, and A-Rod in his 2nd series back in Seattle, 1 for 10. Over the last 23 seasons, the Seattle Mariners now are tied with 4 other teams for the 3rd longest win streak in the majors, 14 of the 6 other teams on this list. 3 teams were division winners in the year of their respective streak, but only one, just one, 91 Twins were world champions.
Pinella says so Martinez doesn't miss all 9 interleague road games. The M's DH will replace John Olerud at first base for at least 1 game next week. Pinella back Friday after missing 4 games following the death of his father-in-law. Bottom 1, Kevin Jarvis facing Edgar. 2-run shot. Number 9 says he hates interleague play because he's got to sit down on the road, then feels like he's got to start all over again. Mariners up 2-1. Boy, are they going to miss him on those National League road games. 2 batters later, this is Brett Boone. And that's a home run, a solo shot off Jarvis, who was tagged for 7 runs on 10 hits and 5. Number 14 for Boone. He's got 66 RBIs. It's 3-1 M's. What have you done with a real Brett Boone? Bottom 2, Jarvis facing Martinez again. It's in the park this time, but a 2-run double. Edgar 3 for 4, 4 RBIs. Take that, interleague play. 6-1 Mariners right there. 7-1 is your final. Seattle Mariners have won 15 games in a row. Paul Abbott pitched to beauty, allowing 1 run on 5 hits and 7 2/3. He wins his 3rd straight start. M's have the 2nd longest winning streak since 1960.
Pretty big start for John Halama. Some in the organization feel if he doesn't get it done, he may not be there much longer. Trammell's out at first. Great play by McLemore. Al Martin with a man on second, swing and a drive. It ain't coming back. Martin's 2nd of the year. Mariners grab a 2-zip lead. Bottom 3, same score, 2 on John Olerud. Respect the bing! Look at Olerud's 8th of the year. You think this team was a little fired up after losing?
They don't expect to lose. They want to come to the ballpark and start another streak today.
Ben Davis slapping. McLemore, right. Error. Got his body in front of it, but the bases are loaded. Phil Nevins at 3rd, Dars at 2nd, Davis at 1st, and Alex Arias is facing Halama. Heath, corner, hee-haw! Mariners out of the jam. Padres do not threaten again. Ichiro in the 4th and a 6th swing and a drive. Left fielders have begun to play very shallow on Ichiro because of what he's doing, so he has now started to attempt to hit the ball a little further, trying to drive it.
Coors for SportsCenter Showcase highlight. Lou Pinilla's high-powered offense finding itself at Coors. Top 1, 2 outs, no score. Edgar Martinez. Talk about reaching base. He went through them all. For his 10th home run of the year, he's hitting .324 is Edgar. Next batter, Brett Boone. Boone. 5th homer in his last 8 games. Boone's 15th home run of the season. He leads the M's in that department. He was 3 for 5. He's hitting .333. Todd Helton against Aaron Seeley with 2 out. Helton, he's been lifting. 2-run jack. We're tied at 2. Helton's 22nd home run, 70 RBIs at that point for Todd Helton. Justin Spire facing Boone with nobody on. Brett Boone, his 3rd multi-homer game this year, the 14th of his career. He has 68 RBIs, and that was his 16th home run. Here come the Rockies. Maine. Boone boots it. That's rare. A run will come in. That makes it 9-8 Seattle. Colorado would tie it at 9 in the 7th. We're on to the bottom of the 8th, tied at 9. Todd Helton facing Brian Fuentes. And Helton. Stan Javier is just not impressed. Extending for excellence, robbing Helton of yet another home run. Take another look. Stan Javier. Top 9, tied at 9, Mike Cameron. Against Juan Acevedo, Cameron stroking. Hey, more on Cameron's impact with Peter Gammons in moments, his 10th of the year. Bottom 9, Sasaki trying to close things out. And Sasaki does that against pinch hitter Jacob Cruz. Game over. 10-9 the final. Cameron's blast, one of 6 Seattle homers in this game. Dan Wilson also went deep, driving in 3. At 49-13, Game 2 of that day-night thing, Mariners and Rockies. Bases loaded, 2 out. Pedro against Al Martin. That would be Pedro Estacio, of course. Juan Pierre. Oh, good effort, but he drops the ball. Pierre also was 0 for 4 in this game, so he had a wonderful evening. Next batter, as we move along, his 3-run score on that triple for Martin would be David Bell, who says to his dad, Buddy Bell, happy early Father's Day. A 2-run home run. His dad, of course, is the manager of the Rockies. Bell's 5th home run of the year. Bottom 6, I'm sure he was proud. Same score, nobody on, nobody out. Pierre off of Paul Abbott. Al Martin, great diving catch. Abbott allowed a run, 6 hits in 7 innings. That's 1 out. And then Pierre tries again. This time Bell with a snag. Inning over, Mariners win. Seattle has won 18 of 20 and 50 games, tying the 1939 New York Yankees.
Bobby J. Jones facing Mike Cameron, bases loaded. That drives in 2. And Seattle's up 3-zip. Top 2, it's 4-0 M's. Brett Boone leading the league in RBIs. Base hit. 69 now. RBIs.
His dad's single season high was 66.
Former Padre in June. Former Padre indeed, Brett Boone. Now, Carlos Guillen, top 6. His 2nd of the year. It's 8-1 Seattle. Soup, how about Garcia on the hill tonight?
Freddie avenging his only loss of the year. The Padres beat him up in Seattle. He's the one power pitcher that the Mariners have in their rotation. And Mike Dowd survives the little bobble by Guillen. Ben Davis, ground ball second base. Boone sure-handed. That's 2 outs. Cesar Crespo. Good play by Freddie. Got himself in good fielding position and shoots him out.
6th runner at second, Garcia pleases Dar. Dar doesn't agree. Oh, don't read the lips. Bottom 8, Ricky Henderson. Ricky doesn't like that. Ricky doesn't like much when that happens. Seattle goes on to win 8-4.
Yeah, Ricky's in the throes of a 4 for 62 right now. And in this game, Jeff Nelson came in relief, gave up 3 runs. But interestingly, he allowed his first extra base hit.
To San Diego on Saturday night. Top 2, John Olerud ripping Carlton Lower down the left field line. That's a double. Olerud would score on an Al Martin double, part of a 5-run Seattle second. Top 3rd, Olerud's second at bat. This time goes the other way. Bounces around the Mariner bullpen. Excuse me. It's a triple. Olerud's first triple since '98. He would later score on a Mike Cameron single. Let my Cameron go. Top of the 5th now, 6-1 Seattle. Olerud's 3rd AB. That's a single up the middle. He's 3 for 3, and if you've been paying attention, you'll notice he's a home run away from the cycle. And here we go. There's your cycle in the 9th inning. After reaching on an error in the 7th, he gets 1 extra at-bat and makes it count. The 3rd cycle in Mariner history. Seattle wins 9-2. Olerud hitting for the cycle.
The sky is falling. The sky is falling. M's were down 4-0 after 1, and then when it was 4-1. Edgar Martinez off Gil Heredia. That's upstairs. 2-run cut. Cuts the lead to 4-3. Bottom 5, A's up 5-3. John Jaha thinks maybe he has extra bases. Ichiro thinks differently. Defense saves runs, and he was 2 for 5 at the plate. Top 7 still 5-3. Went on for David Bell. Everybody gets to walk home. Bell, 6th of the season, 2 for 4, 2 runs. Drives in 2 games, tied at 5. Bottom 8, bases are chucked. Tomato signs right back to Arthur Rhodes. Could have gone to second. No, goes to first. They get one out, but a run scores. We're tied up at 6. Next batter, Johnny Damon. He in that hefty 214 average. He gets just enough of it. Miguel Tejada will score. Jeremy Giambi thinks about it and should have thought about it a little longer. Gets hung up and they got him out. But damage done. A's up 7-6. So, Hugh, the 9th inning comeback. Martinez hits it over the right side. That's an out, but it's a ground out that scores Ichiro. We're tied at 7. 2 batters later. Brett Boone. Unbelievable. Just a little fly ball. Mark McLemore tagging and scoring. Jeremy Giambi cannot get him. Mariners hold on to win it by a count of 8-7. The A's are now 20 games out. Brett Boone, his 10th game-winning RBI of the season, leads the AL with 71 ribbies. Martinez hitting .440 with 3 homers and 10 RBI in 8 games against Oakland. This season, Mariners 19-5 against their division rivals.
Take 3 out of 4. Johnny Damon batting for the 2nd time in the first inning. It's already 4-0. Damon 2 for 2, knocked in a couple in the first. Miguel Tejada, Terrence Long would score to make it 6-0 A's. Bottom of the 4th, Mariners back to within 1. 7-6, and Jason Giambi offs Ryan Franklin. Solo shot is 19th in the A's. Trying to build that cushion back. They're up 8-6. Brett Boone didn't start the game, but he came on to pinch hit with a couple on against Mike Magnente, and Boone has done it again. 19 for him. He's got as many as Giambi. He's driven in 76. That the 2nd highest total for an entire season in his career. Mariners on top 9-8. Now it's another Giambi. Franklin couldn't pitch to any Giambi. Jeremy with his 3rd, the 3rd time both Giambi brothers gone yard in the same game. We're tied at 9. Bottom of the 6th, still tied at 9. Eric Chavez, the hero on Wednesday night, apparently liked the feeling. His 10th gave the A's a 10-9 lead. Top of the 8th, it's the same score. Edgar Martinez, who had just had a woeful day, but not anymore. Make him feel much better. Ichiro, who had 3 hits, would score. Mark McLemore comes to the plate as well. Edgar's only knocking 6 at bats. Mariners go up 11-10. They win it 12-10. Wild series. Each team had a lead in every game.
Angels and Mariners, bottom 1. M's down 2 on Edgar Martinez. Better. Skies 1 to the corner and right. Tim Salmon misplays it. Stan Javier scores in the Martinez double. M's had 9 hits, 7 of them for extra base hits. No error charge, but watch Salmon. The ball just kind of misses his glove. Later in the first, 3-2 Seattle. More outfield woes for the Halos. Ed Sprague smokes a liner to center. Darren Erstad. My bad, dog. Brett Boone scores from first. First 2 games combined in the series, M's only had 10 singles, 1 triple. 5-3 M's in the 5th. Brett Boone at the plate, and Brett is straight rolling on the kids. 20th home run of the year. He had 19 all of last year. His best year ever was 98 when he had 24. M's win 7-3. It means they avoid getting swept in a series. It would have been the first time this season.
First and second tie game in the 3rd. David Bell against Mark Mulder. Bell, 3 for 4, 2 runs scored, 2 RBI. Brett Boone would score. Ed Sprague, what about him? Well, he's out at 3rd. Mariners up 3-2. Top 4, Freddie Garcia, Eric Chavez, his 50th career homer, 3rd in 6 games. This one the opposite way. His 11th of the year. We're tied. Bottom of the 6th, still tied at 3. Runners at the corners for Ichiro. 2 hits for Ichiro in this game. He's hitting .354. David Bell would score. RBI number 34 for Ichiro. Next batter, Mike Cameron, and what he's got is not available in stores. 2 for 5, 3 RBI. He's hitting .276, his 13th home run of the year, and Mariners crush Oakland by the score of 7-3. Cameron hitting .333 with 5 homers, 20 RBI this month. Mulder allowed 5 earned runs on 12 hits and 5+ innings in the loss. Freddie Garcia joins teammates Aaron Seeley and Jamie Moyer as 8-game winners as Seattle improves to 22-8 against the AL West this season.
Mariners and Angels top first. John Olerud facing Scott Schoenweiss. Mariners already up 2-0 The cleanup batter dropping down the bunt. And that is Mariners baseball. Nice sacrifice. Bases loaded, 2 out. Dan Wilson sticks it into left. That'll bring in 2, and the Mariners already up 4-0, and they want more. It's 5-0, and Ichiro dropping one down. That's his second hit of the inning. Perfect squeeze bunt. The M's up 6-zip. Top 2. It's 6-2. Mike Cameron, the man on first. Deep left, and oh boy, into the rocks. Mariners up 8-2. Bottom third, Troy Gloss. A very large, very strong man. And that's number 20 for Troy, a 2-run shot. That makes it 9-4. Bottom 7 is 9-5. Jeff Nelson getting Benji Gill. Mariner reliever struck out 7 in a row at one point as they nail it down. 9-5 is the final.
Stark making his first major league start for the Mariners. Bottom 1, he gets Troy Gloss. Stark just called up Thursday after Seattle sent down John Halama. Bottom third facing Gloss again, and this time things don't go quite as well. 2-run shot. Gloss leads all AL third basemen with 21 homers and 52 RBI. Bottom 4, Angels up 3-2. Larry Barnes against Stark. This is to left, and Al Martin sticks the landing. Stark worked 5 2/3, allowed 3 runs on 8 hits. He struck out 4. Tied at 3 in the 6th. Tom Lampkin to right, and check out the fan. Right there. He touches the ball. Lampkin had his head down. He was running all the way, he said. Thinks it's a double, so he stops at second. But umpire Ted Barrett says, you know what? Go ahead in. It's a home run. Lampkin's 4th, 4-3 Seattle. Bottom 9, Angels down 5-3. Darren Erstad. The tying run facing Kazuhiro Sasaki, who gets him. Sasaki gets his major league leading 28th save in 32 attempts, and the Mariners win 5-3. Denny Stark gets his first big league victory.
Let's go to Anaheim for the Angels and the M's. Bottom of the 2nd, Larry Barnes against Freddie Garcia. Barnes to short left, Carlos Guillen and Al Martin. Their worlds would collide. Guillen left the game with a mild concussion. Top 4, 1-0 M's. Matt Wise facing Mike Cameron. Cameron struck out 3 times. Next batter is Al Martin. And it's the whiff. Wise tied a season and career high with 9 Ks. Bottom 5, 2-minute board for Garrett Anderson facing Garcia. Brett Boone ends the inning. How many times you seen it? Ends the inning and then comes to the plate. Gone. Brett Boone making Seattle forget about Harold Reynolds. 21st home run, 80 RBIs, 4-0 Seattle, and it's time to bring out the rally monkey. And there he is. Rally monkey. Bottom 9, 5-0 M's, 2 on. Barnes. Charles Gibson. Charles Gibson makes the grab.
Good morning, America.
Yeah. Garcia finishes with an 8-hit complete game shutout. That
Top 7 tied at 4. Mike Cameron, left center. Gabe Kepler can't make the catch, and Mark McLemore is going to score all the way from first. Cameron the triple. He went 2 for 6 drives and 2. M's up 5-4. Bottom 7. It's Ruben Sierra, the rejuvenated one. This guy's incredible. Back in the majors this year, 12th home run of the year, tied at 5. Still in the bottom of the 7th. Mike Lamb to right. Ichiro now in the game. And can't get there. Kepler motors around and scored from first. And Texas is up 7-5. That's the score, top 9. Ichiro's on deck. Mike Cameron at the plate, nobody out. McLemore takes off. Pudge guns him down. First time McLemore has been thrown out in his last 24 steal attempts. 1 out. Next pitch, Zimmerman strikes out Mike Cameron. So there's 2 out. The next man up is Ichiro. And it looks like Texas is going to get out of the jam, but hold on. Ichiro, 2-run home run to tie the game. He's got 4 home runs. 2 of them have come off of Zimmerman at Texas. So we're all tied up into extra innings. Top 10, Al Martin, base hit. John Olerud comes in to score. Seattle up 8-7, and Seattle goes on to win by the final score of 9-7 in 10.
Texas. 2 on, 2 out, no score, top of the first. Mike Cameron in the batter's box. And what he's got is not available in stores. A 3-run home run, his 15th home run of the year. He has 57 RBIs, does Mike Cameron. It's 3-0 Mariners. Rangers down 4, Pudge Rodriguez. He's built for this. He's 2 for 4. He's hitting .295. Pudge is 17th home run of the year. Now it's 5-2. Next batter, Alex Rodriguez. A-Rod, his only hit of the game. He was 1 for 2 with 2 walks. He's hitting .317. Number 24 on the year for A-Rod. Bottom 5, same score, 2 on, 2 out. Pudge again. The liner up the middle. Brett Boone. Not only at the plate, but he's a defensive star. Top of the 6th, 5-3 Mariners, Ichiro. 3 more hits for Ichiro in this game. He's hitting .352. It's 6-3 Mariners as David Bell comes around to score. Still 6-3 in the top of the 7th when that man Boone, Brett Boone. Hey, All-Star. 2 for 4, home run number 22, 82 RBIs for Brett Boone. He deserves the love. Aaron Seeley wins for the first time in 6 starts. He gave up 3 runs on 6 hits, struck out 4, walked 3 in 6 2/3. The Mariners, a season-high 10 extra base hits.
Set at Dodger Stadium. First batter, Ichiro. High fastball, and he turns on it from Kevin Brown. Ichiro's 5th. He was 3 for 5, 2 runs, 2 RBI, 1-0 Seattle. M starter Freddie Garcia was on his all-star form. Gets Chef to win the first. Second inning, it's Dave Hansen's turn to whiff on the change. Bottom 5, he gets Adrian Beltre. Garcia, a no-no through 5. So we got this while we had Mulder working on the perfecto. Bottom 6, Chris Donnell strokes the grounder to right. That's a base hit, and that's the end of the no-no. Top 7, still 4-0 man on for David Bell. Takes Al Reyes high and deep to left. Sheffield never even had to move. Bell's 9th, 6-0 M's. Bottom 8, Garcia working with a 12-0 lead. And to breathe a little bit easier, Jeff Rebele as in no way. Garcia, the complete game shutout, a 4-hitter, and the Mariners win 13-0, win number 62 on the season. Al Martin, Carlos Guillen, and David Bell each had 3 hits apiece. Seattle is now 7-3 in interleague play this year.
Aaron Seeley facing Jeff Williams. And Seeley lays down the squeeze bunt. David Bell scores from 3rd. 2-0 Mariners in the 2nd. Next up is Ichiro. Remember Saturday, Paul LaDuca hit in the head by Jeff Nelson? And Jeff Williams nails Ichiro. Ichiro would be okay. He'd stay in the game. If you look at it again, the pitch hits Ichiro right in the back of the noggin. Bottom 5, Dodgers down 1, Adrian Beltre.
Breaking ball, and that's going to be a dive.
David Bell with the grab, tries to double up the runner at first, unsuccessful. Still a great grab. 3-1 Mariners in the 7th. Dan Wilson against Williams, his 6th on the year. Mariners win it, batting around and scoring 6 in the top half of the 7th to win this one 9-2.
Maybe even more than that, because, you know, they were undefeated before the All-Star break, 63-24. Barry Bonds had 39 homers before the break. All-Star break over, but the M's and Bonds still in Seattle. An interleague 3-game matchup between the Giants and Mariners. Barry Bonds, no homers in 13 games and 44 at-bats. Goodbye to that stat. Thank you. Career homer number 534, ties him with Jimmy Foxx for 10th all-time. It's also Bonds' first homer in 40 at-bats against Seattle. So how about 535 in the next at-bat? No. Paul Abbott gets him with the changeup. Top 6, Giants trailing 2-1, 1 on, 1 out for Rich Aurelia, former driller. He's an all-star. That's all-star quality. That's home run derby quality. 2-run blast. His 13th homer. Giants take the lead 3-2. Top 8. Bonds 4th at bat. No. Jose Paniagua gets him looking. Bottom 9. Still 3-2. David Bell facing Rob Nen. Nen on to close it out, and that's not closing it out. Bell extending the game. The Eddie Bauer edition of this home run is 10th. The score is tied at 3. Bonus baseball. Top 10. Kaz Sasaki says, Bonds, you will not be a hero. 3 Ks. He was 2 for 5. Home half of the 11th. You know it's going your way. Tom Lampkin, 3rd guy of the night, hitting in the 9th spot. Ramon Martinez bounces one off the mound. Mike Cameron scores. 4-3, the M's merry magic carpet ride rolls right along. They have now won 8 of 11 overall. Arthur Rhodes 6-0 in relief now. The Giants 18-17 when Bonds homers. It was his.
Giants and M's get the showcase at Safeco. We pick it up top of the first. No score. Rich Aurelia facing Freddie Garcia, who came in 10-1. Garcia hangs the curve, and Aurelia hangs him out to dry. Number 14 for Aurelia. Giants up 1-0. Garcia's scoreless streak over after 21 innings. Bottom of the first, still 1-0. Ichiro in second for Edgar Martinez. Check swing. Boop. Ichiro will come around to score 70 RBIs for Martinez. Ichiro 78 runs, tops in the American League. Bottom third, 2-1 Mariners. Brett Boone facing Sean Estes. Boone ropes one into left. He makes the hard turn. Trying to take two. Marvin Bernard's throw from left. No! Not what he had in mind. Boone makes the turn for third. Felipe Crespo's throw not in time. Boone would later score on a Mike Cameron sac fly to make it 3-1 M's. Top of the fourth, still 3-1. Jeff Kent taking Garcia deep to right. It's carrying, but Ichiro's got it. Fantastic catch at the wall. Worthy of another look. Great concentration and timing on the leap and the catch. Ichiro saves a run for the M's. Next batter is Armando Rios, and there is absolutely nothing Ichiro can do about this one. Number 13 for Rios on the season. He was 2 for 4, and it was a 3-2 ball game. Top of the eighth, still 3-2 Mariners. Arthur Rhodes in to pitch to Barry Bonds. Bonds swings on the first pitch. Doesn't know if he's going to get another one to hit. Deep to right center, but Mike Cameron hauls it in. Bonds 0 for 4 in the game. He's the only batter Rhodes faced. Top of the ninth, still 3-2. Kazuhiro Sasaki in for the Mariners. Gets Jeff Kent with the off-speed stuff. Next batter is Rios. Check swing. We check with Rob Drake at third. He's out. Next batter, Felipe Crespo. And he'll send a harmless fly ball to right. Ichiro having some problems with the sun, but he's from the land of the rising sun, and he makes a grab. 1-2-3 inning, gives Sasaki his Major League leading 30th save. And the Mariners win it 3-2. Ichiro hitless in back-to-back games for the first time this season. Still, the M's have won 22 of their 29 series this year.
Ichiro. Get your Ichiros here. Luis Gonzalez once won.
You're going to order a couple itchy rolls, Randy, before you leave here, a couple itchy rolls?
It's not itchy, it's Ichiros. Luis Gonzalez first, top of the first, Martin Grace off Aaron Seeley. Ichiro plays the carom, hits the cutoff man John Olerud, and Gonzo is Gonzo. Bottom one, Edgar Martinez at first. He would pull up lane with a strained left quad. He would be pinch hit for later in the game. Top three, Craig Counsell. The comebacker, and Aaron Seeley out of self-defense. Bottom three, M's up 1-0, 2 outs, 2 men aboard. Brett Boone batting .327. Brings in Mark McLemore. M's up 2-0. Top four, Luis Gonzalez comes calling, and Seeley rings him up. A pitch that Gonzo did not like. Scott Podsednik, his first major league at bat. His first major league hit. A triple clears the bases. It's 7-0 Seattle. Top eight, 2 outs. Seeley walk 1, struck out 5. Gets Steve Finley with a nasty hook. He set down 20 in a row. 8-0 the final. M's improved to 16-4 in Aaron Seeley's starts this year. First career 2-hitter, 7th shutout. Ichiro 0 for 5 hitless in his last 13 at-bats. Gonzo goes 0 for 4. Arizona has dropped 6 of 8 overall.
Rubber match at Safeco Tuesday. Top one, no score. Luis Gonzalez, who won the home run derby in Safeco. An 0 for 4 day. Paul Abbott gets him swinging there. Bottom of the first, Ichiro, an 0 for 18 slump, no more. He's the designated hitter in place of Edgar, and he would later score on a Brett Boone sac fly. Bottom 5, 2-0 Seattle. Dan Wilson at the plate. Takes one to center. Steve Finley, nice diving grab. Top 6, still 2-0 M's. Uribiel Durazo up with 2 Diamondbacks on. And Durazo against Abbott. Base hit. Matt Williams come on down. Mark Grace is cut off in a rundown that would end the inning. But the Diamondbacks do play 1 run against Paul Abbott, the only one he'd give up in 6 1/3, striking out 7. Bottom 7, still 2-1 when David Bell busts out the whooping stick on Brian Anderson. Number 11 of his year, 3-1 M's. Bottom of the 8th, it's 4-1. Brett Boone looking for more fireworks, and he got it. Number 23 on the year. League-leading RBIs, number 87 and 88, and it's a 6-1 final. The D-backs scored only once in their 2 losses in Seattle.
Major League best Mariners, John Olerud. Chad Durbin with the runner on. Olerud, the liner. David McCarty heads up. Gets the double play. Bottom 4, same score. Royals threatening, 2 on. Jermaine Dye against Jamie Moyer. Dye, double play. Moyer, who came into this game struggling, goes 8, allows 0 runs and just 4 hits. Top of the 7th with a bags full, 1 out. Podzedek grounding into the double play to end the inning. Durbin goes 8, allowing 0 runs, 4 hits, 6 Ks. Top of the 9th, still scoreless. David Bell on second. Carlos Guillen against Roberto Hernandez. That's a pop-up and it's foul. The underrated Mark Quinn, outstanding. He's also hitting .284, and you didn't even know that. Neither did Guillen. 2 on, 2 out. Brett Boone slapping a base hit. He does that so well with runners on. His 89th RBI of the year. And the Mariners always seem to find a way. The league-leading 89th RBI for Brett Boone, who helps send the Royals to their 12th loss in 14 games. For the Mariners,
opener of a 4-game set between American League Division leaders, All-Star Joe Mays facing All-Star Mike Cameron, and let my Cameron go. Deep to left center, a 2-run shot is 17th, 2-0 Mariners. Bottom 2, Seeley in a jam. 2 on, nobody out, facing Chad Allen. To short, Carlos Guillen to Brett Boone. Boone's throw pulls John Olerud off the bag. Olerud grabs the ball, coming home, nails Brian Buchanan, a 6-4-3-2 double play, your standard. Top 3, Ichiro against Mays, up the first base line. Doug Minkiewicz diving to get Ichiro, who's 0 for 5. Mays gave up 4 runs on 9 hits and 7. Seeley in trouble in the 5th. 2 on, 2 outs. Talks with Dan Wilson, then faces Jason Maxwell and gets bailed out by Al Martin, who sticks the landing. Seeley in the 7th rings up Chad Allen. Seeley allowed 4 hits over 7 shutout innings, walked 1, struck out 5, and the Mariners win in Minnesota. Lou Piniella getting congratulations there. His 700th win as Seattle skipper. Aaron Seeley wins his 4th straight start. He does not allow a run for his 2nd consecutive outing. Twins have lost 5 of 6.
It's already 1-0. Al Martin up with 2 on. And he just reaches out and sticks it into the football press box. A 3-run jack, is 6th of the year. The Mariners up 4-zip after 1. Top 2, Brett Boone bidding for a base hit. Luis Rivas. And that is a shortstop's arm. Inning over. Bottom 2, 4-2 M's. Twins with the bases loaded. Denny Hocking. It's a lazy fly ball. Sleeps late, doesn't do its chores. It's lazy, I tell you. The Twins leave the bases loaded. Bottom of the 4th. They're loaded again for Hocking. And again, he goes right back to center and right back to Mike Cameron. Hocking stranded 7. 7 lobs for Denny Hocking. Bottom 9, bring on Kaz Sasaki. His league-leading 32nd save and 36 ops. The Twins strand 14 runners as the M's win at 6-3. John Halama banished to the bullpen, gave up just 1 run in 4 1/3 to get the win. That 1 run snapped Seattle's streak of 32 1/3 shutout innings by the bullpen. The Twins are just 3-7 since the All-Star break.
Their 4-game set in Minnesota. John Olerud, that's Doug Minkiewicz laying out in the first with 1 on and 1 out. Worth another look. Minkiewicz, remember that gold medal winning team, gets his man. Bottom 2, bases are loaded. 1 out, and Paul Abbott against Jacques Jones. To shallow left. Mark McLemore makes the grab and doubles up Torrey Hunter. Top 5, 2-0 M's. 1 on, 1 out for Mark McLemore. Ichiro running on the play. Matt Lawton misplays it. Ichiro comes around to score. Ruled a triple for McLemore. 3-0 M's. Tough day for Lawton and the Twins as they fall to the M's by the final of 6-3. M's have won 4 straight.
Brad Radke, he wants win number 11, matched up with Jamie Moyer. Top 3, Mark McLemore. High chopper, Radke's throw over, easy play. Ichiro scores. McLemore to 2nd, and it is 2-0 Seattle. Still top 3, Brett Boone. And Doug Minkiewicz does this at least once a game. Saves a run, still 2-0. Top 5, Ichiro. To center, Carlos Guillen comes around, it's 3-1. Ichiro 2 for 4. Radke allowed 2 earned on 9 hits in 8 innings. Bottom 6, David Ortiz. Say hello to my little friend. Have a good trip, Mel. Upper deck is 7th, Mini within 1. Bottom 8, Chad Allen on 2nd, Corey Konsky. To center, they wave Allen. Charles Gibson's throw is going to get there first. Gibson came into the game in that inning as a defensive replacement for McLemore. Good call. next batter with Koski on second. It's Torrey Hunter. Kazuhiro Sasaki gets him. Sasaki's 33rd save and 37 chances. Mariners sweep the 4-game set. It's the Mariners' 11th series.
And the Royals, Joe Pinheiro on the mound for Seattle. Gets Ray Sanchez, then he gets Carlos Beltran, and then he gets Mike Sweeney. Pinheiro struck out 3 of the first 4 batters he faced. This just his 3rd major league start. Sweeney back to Pinheiro, top 4. Pinheiro said, how'd I do that? Bottom 4, Chris George's major league debut against John Olerud. To the gap. Brett Boone comes home to score, and Seattle's up 1-0. Meantime, Pinheiro still cruising in the 5th. The one-time Mariner Raul Ibanez, down he goes as Pinheiro strikes out 6 in 6 innings of work. Just what the M's need, another pitcher. Bottom 8, Ichiro with 2 outs. Base hit up the middle, that scores 2. M's up 4-0. They go on to win 4-0. So Pinheiro, the story. 1-hit ball through 6 innings, his 2nd career win and his 3rd major league start. As Seattle avoids its first 3-game losing streak of the season, it's Seattle's 8th shutout of the season. That ties Boston for the most.
Second 2-1 Mariners. A.J. Pierzynski. That's pretty high. Now has he got good aim? Yeah, stays fair. Pierzynski's 4th of the year, 3-2 Twins. Bottom 5, game tied 3-3, John Olerud. That's also got good height. No doubt about that one. Plenty fair. Olerud's 14th. M's retake the lead 5-3. Top 7, 7-3 M's. Pierzynski this time on the ground, and Brett Boone fields ground balls. The spin, the throw, you're out in the crowd. They like the defense there in Seattle. Hand claps for Brett Boone. Bottom 8, 8-3. Ichiro, bobblehead doll day on Saturday. And here's a treat for those in attendance. On Friday, a 6th homer. M's up 9-3. 2 batters later, Brett Boone does it with the glove, doing it with the bat. He is an all-around baseball player. His 24th. He was 2 for 4 with 3 more ribs. An animal. M's win it 11-4. They swept the Twins 4 in the Metrodome, win this one as well. Minnehaha 3-10 in the last 13 games. For Seattle, 4 players with a home run, and they had gone 5 games without anybody hitting a home run, so that's good. Paul Abbott, 6 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 8-0 in his last 12 starts. That's solid.
Mariner fans lining up at 11:30 last night to be among the first 20,000 to get in so they'd get a bobblehead, and we put it in the showcase. Oh, that's going to look beautiful on the mantle. Ichiro figures they went to all this trouble. The least I can do is have a great game, dropping one down. Ichiro 3 for 4. He's on in the 1st, and Mike Cameron is going to bring him home. Cameron's 67th RBI, the M's 3rd straight single. It's 1-0. Top 2, 1 on, 1 out for David Ortiz against Jamie Moyer. And John Olerud starting a 3-6-3. Moyer gives up just 1 run in 6 1/3. Bottom 4, bases bloated for Ichiro. Right back through the box. That'll bring in Stan Javier and Al Martin. The M's take the 3-0 lead. 2 batters later, Brett Boone doesn't leave runners on the bases. McMahon on 2nd and 3rd, he sticks it into left. 96 RBIs, a new career high for Boone. He also leads the AL in that category. Bring on the suddenly unhittable Arthur Rhodes. Gets David Ortiz, and then Brian Buchanan in the 8th. Rhodes just blows away Tom Prince, and then Jason Maxwell as well. 4 straight Ks for Rhodes. He's retired 35 of the last 38 he's faced, striking out 19 of them as the M's win. Seattle, a mind-boggling.
Base is empty, 2 outs. Freddie Garcia gets Denny Hawkins swinging, inning over. Bottom 5, bases full of Mariners, 1 out. Ed Sprague for the Mariners. Boy, if Ed Sprague's working it for the Mariners, how can you beat them? 4 RBI in the game for Sprague. He had 4 RBI in the season coming in. And then here's Brett Boone against Eric Milton in the 6th. Mark McLemore scores. 6-2 Mariners. Bottom 8, Mariners not done. Bases loaded again. Nobody out. And it's Brett Boone again against LaTroy Hawkins. Base hit. 3 RBI for Boone, who now has 99 on the season. And Garcia gets a complete game victory. Milton loses his first game since May 18th. Mariners wrap up a 6-game homestand with a team record 12th sweep of the season, and the Mariners wrap up the season series with Minnesota by taking 8 of 9 by a combined score of 61-31.
Visiting the Tigers in Detroit. Top of the 3rd, 2-0 Ams. Al Martin base hit the left. Here's John Olerud showing off the wheels. Well, not really, but he's showing off a great slide
to beat Rob Fick's tag, 3-0 M's. Top of the fourth, 2 on for Seattle. Here's Mark McLemore lining a Damon Easley. You've just seen a triple play. Remember that great television commercial? 4-6-3, triple play. Top 9, 5-1 Mariners. Brett Boone, RBI single, up the middle. And that would score Ichiro Boone's 100th RBI of the season, and comes in a blowout win by Seattle. Tiger
GM Pat Gillick was quoted as saying he wouldn't move Tomko without getting equal value. Tomko, who came over in the Ken Griffey deal, has started just 11 games for Seattle over the last 2 seasons. Compare that to the 60 starts he made in 2 seasons with Cincinnati. Mariners in Detroit. Ichiro getting the night off, watching his replacement Stan Javier facing Adam Pettyjohn with 2 on in the second. Ground ball, finds some room. Ed Sprague rounding third. The throw home, cut off. Sprague scores easily. Javier 3 for 4 with 1 RBI. In the fourth, Joel Pinheiro strikes out Bobby Higginson with a changeup. 5 Ks for Pinheiro. Flashback to last Thursday, his last start against Kansas City, and Pinheiro snagging that comeback. So impressed with himself, he does a wow for himself. Pinheiro now back to Thursday's game facing Damien Easley again. Comebacker experience, and look at the acrobatic move by him. Take another look. The man must be doing yoga. The reflexes, the flexibility. Do we get another wow? Yes, we do. Thank you, Joel. Brett Boone goes 3 for 4. He's hitting .334, and the Mariners squeeze out a win against the Tigers, 2-1. Other news involving the Tigers: they signed reliever Bryce Flory to a minor league deal 3 days after he was let go by the Red Sox.
Gets him looking. Boone doesn't like the call, and we have got controversy. Moments later, home plate umpire Jim Reynolds. Who did he throw out? It was M's hitting coach Gerald Perry. Now middle of the 6th.
That's amazing. Jamie's got a weight problem. He can't wait to pitch.
He looked like a guy who struggled against the Tribe, and didn't look like it here either. Gets Omar Vizquel looking there, inning over, and we are still scoreless. Top of the 7th, 2 outs. Carlos Guillen deep to right center. Kenny Lofton.
Lofton to the warning track, to the wall, leaps up, and he makes the catch! Holy smoke, Kenny Lofton takes one.
The man is brilliant with the glove. Now top of the 8th, runner on second, 1 out. It is Ichiro. The bunt down the third base line. No chance for Travis Fryman. Runners on first and third, 1 out. The replay confirms what we already suspected. He bunted. Caught Fryman playing back. This would allow the M's to score on a Mark McLemore sacrifice fly, and then Ichiro, some heads-up base running, steals second uncontested there, now in scoring position. After an Edgar Martinez walk, it's John Olerud coming through, slapping one into right. That brings home Ichiro, puts the M's up 2-zip. Now bottom of the 8th, it's a 2-1 game. Runner on third, 2 outs. Lofton grounder to third. David Bell, nice play, and gets the speedy Lofton at first, inning over. And the M's take this one 2-1, their 7th win in their last 8 games.
Saturday afternoon delight. Mark McLemore drive to right field. Cabrera says, you know, that's a pretty good shot. Not. 2 down and worth a second look. This would definitely qualify as leather larceny, charges not filed after that one. No score, bottom 1. Freddie Garcia, Kenny Lofton, you can take a seat. Garcia, Jim Thome, bye-bye. Season high, 8 Ks for Freddie. Bottom 3, no score, 2 outs. Thome with the bouncer up the middle. Brett Boone grabs it, throws to first, but it's a little late. Diaz scores, and check out Vizquel. He scores from second, kept right on running. Take a second look. He never stops. Rounds third, comes on in on Thome's infield single. That is just good base running, and that'll certainly make your skipper happy. Top 7, Dan Wilson. Oh, that's gone. His 7th of the year. M's lead 6-3 on that 3-run rip. Top of the 8th, M's leading 6-3, and it's Brett Boone, and, well, that looks like it's gone too. Mostly because it is. His 25th, 2-run rip, and the Mariners are now a ridiculous 50 games. Let me say this one more time. 50 games over 500.
Wow.
Wow is right. They've also won 22 straight when scoring 4 runs or more. Only 3 teams in history had more wins at this point in the season. As you see, they are chasing the 98 Yanks just back with the 80. The Yanks back then had 81 wins at this point. That is incredible stuff.
The Mariners trying to refocus and regroup. Top 2. 1 on, 1 out. Ichiro. Down the line and fair. 2 doubles in the game for Ichiro. Dan Wilson coming in. Mariners up 3-1. In the top of the third, Seattle's up 4-2. Wilson at the plate. Russell Branyan coming up throwing. Here comes David Bell. A developing situation at the plate. And Bell knocks the ball loose. And he's in there. Mariners up 5-2, and Wilson is safe at third. Top 4, it's Brett Boone. The great year continues. His 26th home run of the year, 104 RBIs, continues to lead the American League. Bottom 4, Jim Thome. Speaking of league leaders, the home run leader in the American League is 37th. Cleveland within 2 at 6-4. Now it's Ichiro, 3 for 6 in the game. Carlos Guillen comes in, and the Mariners up 7-4. Bottom 6, it's Abbott to Marty Cordova. Bring him up, sit him down. Omar Vizquel Sunday, the 3-run triple that tied it in the ninth. How about Monday? Bottom 7, 2 on, 2 outs, and here we go again perhaps. Russell Branyan and Kenny Lofton score. Indians within 2 at 8-6. Could they make it closer? Juan Gonzalez, 2 batters later, and Paul Abbott strikes him out. So the Indians unable to tie. Bottom 9, 2 on, 1 out. Norm Charlton, who gave up 2 runs Sunday, gets Roberto Alomar. Charlton in 1 2/3 struck out 4. And then Jose Paniagua, who got the loss Sunday, gets Gonzalez in the bottom of the ninth to fly out to end the game. Gonzalez 0 for 5, and the Mariners win it 8-6. So Paul Abbott wins his 10th straight decision, longest single-season win streak in.
J's and M's from Safeco. Joel Pinheiro trying to help the Mariners get a paltry 51 over 500. Top 6, Mariners up 3-1 to Mondesi go away. Mondesi under 200 after the All-Star break, 1 of 11 Ks. It's 3-1 Mariners now 3-2, and Carlos Delgado says, I am William Wallace. 448 feet off of Arthur Rhodes, his 31st. All of a sudden, the Jays lead it 4-3. Bottom 9, same score. Runner on second for Carlos Guillen. Off Billy Koch, the single is fumbled by Mondesi. Cameron comes in to score. Game tied at 4. Bottom 14 tied at 4. Bases loaded. 2 out, full count after Cameron spoiled a couple good fastballs. Mike DeWitt up high, and he walks him. Lights out. Mariners win it 5-4. For the year, righties hitless in 46 at-bats against Joel Pinheiro, longest streak since 1982.
Ichiro on first, no score. Bottom of the first, Edgar Martinez. Alex Gonzalez, loses it. It's an error, but Edgar is hitting .429 in his last 4 games. 2 outs, 2 batters later. Brett Boone, grounder. Gonzalez, still thinking about that other play. Not charging an error there. Mariners go on and score 3 runs in that inning. Edgar Martinez, that is deep. How deep off of Chris Carpenter? Well, it's over the fence. His 1,000th career RBI. Mariners crush the Blue Jays. Edgar Martinez becoming the 26th active player with 1,000 career RBI. Ichiro 4 for 6, 2 runs scored, 2 RBI. He's hitting .475 with 13 runs in 8 games against Toronto this year.
And Mariners, Saturday night game of the Sunday night comeback. Top 4, Paul Konerko. A shot to left center, Al Martin. Grabs it, bobbles it. Jose Canseco coming all the way around from third as Konerko legs out a double. We're tied at 1. Now with Konerko on second, Carlos Lee. You're not expecting him to lay one down, but he does it.
This time he's going to get the job done.
And he gets the job done to move Konerko over to third with 1 out. Next batter's Chris Singleton. Rips this one over Ichiro's head. So in a way, Lee's bunt really didn't matter, but we like to see good fundamentals. The Sox go up 2-1. Top 5, Jose Valentin. He's all pick-to-click.
That ball hit high.
Uh-oh, you can put that one on the board.
You can.
Give me a yes for me, will you?
No, I don't have the energy. I don't have
no
the energy. I'm not going to fake it for you, Rich.
Thank you, Linda. I appreciate that. I think we all do. Ichiro, a base hit, though, to tie this game up at 3 in the 9th off of Keith Folk. Next batter's Mark McLemore. Do we have some Mariner magic in the ball game? You betcha. Hits this one deep. Certainly deep enough to land safely as Tom Lampkin scores the winning run. And the M's win for the Sunday night games. White Sox and Mariners. White Sox down 1-0 in the 4th. Joel Pinheiro taken to center by a right-hander. Maglio Ordonez brings in Ray Durham. The first hit by a right-hander batter allowed by Pinheiro all season, a span of 52 at-bats. We're tied at 1 in the 8th. Ichiro laying down a bunt, and everybody's safe. Carlos Guillen at third, Ichiro at first. 3 batters later, they're loaded for John Olerud, who hits the fly ball to left field. Carlos Lee getting set, camping under it. Carlos Guillen on third, coming home. And Guillen wins the battle of Carloses, and the Mariners win the battle on Sunday night by the final of 2-1. Kaz Sasaki converts his first save in his last 3 chances.
SportsCenter showcase highlight animation, then it's off to Fenway. M's magic number is 28. Top 5, 2-1 Mariners. Hideo Nomo trying to work out of a jam. First and third, no outs, and guess who's due up for the Mariners? Well, we have the lineup card, and it's the heart of the order. Edgar Martinez, 82 ribs. John Olerud, 71, and Brett Boone, 104. So what happens? Edgar Martinez facing Hideo Nomo, and he's looking. What up? Next batter, John Olerud. He missed. Brett Boone steps in, and Booney. This would be a home run. They were playing on a silo. Instead, Shea Hillenbrand, watch out, it's the home team dugout, luckily, and he gloves it, and he's in, and they're out of the jam. We're going to take another look as Hillenbrand, until his teammates like him, spies the step, and then there are the rest of his Red Sox buddies to make sure he doesn't fall down. Now we're going back to the first to see how this thing works out. Carl Everett standing right on top of the plate. He is right there. Good plate coverage, and Jamie Moyer doesn't like it. He steps off the rubber. He says, that's ridiculous, tells Mark Hirschberg. We can get the guy away from the plate. I own a little bit of that. Well, doesn't happen, and so Moyer takes things into his own hands, and he plunks Everett, little bruise on the way to first. Everett discusses with him. He says, I'm okay, but gets to first. I'm going to hit a home run on you. That's right. I'm George Herman. I'm pointing to the stands. Well, back to the 5th now. Boston down 2-1. Everett facing Moore, and he makes good. Everett's 13th of the season over the Green Monster, and the game is tied at 2. Moyer not happy. 2 earned runs in 7 innings. Everett still talking, and when he crosses home plate, well, yeah, that's attractive, Roseanne. Top 9, Mariners down 3-2, first and third, nobody out. Ichiro against Derek Lowe, and Derek Lowe not going to do like Nomo and get out of this one. Charles Gibson will score, ties the game at 3. Still in the ninth now, bases loaded, 1 out. Olerud right to first. Hillenbrand's there, starts the 3-2-3 double play, so that ends the threat in the top of the 11th. 2 on, Edgar Martinez, 78 extra inning at bats, and that's just his 2nd extra inning home run. A 3-run shot, his 18th of the year, and the Mariners win it 6-3 in 11 innings. They're Major League best 21-10 in 1-run games. Kazazaki matched the team record for saves, he said, last season. They're also 4 full games back of the Yankees. Mariners beat them in 11 on Tuesday. Top 2nd, tied at 1. Carlos Guillen. Troy O'Leary. Is it the good twin or the evil twin? Good twins back there. Game still tied at 1. Hustle back. Top 3rd. Same numbers on the scoreboard. 1-1. Edgar Martinez. 3-run homer to win the game Tuesday night. And off Frank Castillo, another 3-run homer over the Monster. His 19th 4-1 Mariners. 2 batters later, it's Brett Boone. Also off Castillo. That's a home run. How about Booney? 2 for 3. He's hitting .330, 105 RBIs, 27 home runs. He's fantastic. Bottom 4, Freddie Garcia gets it rolling. Manny Ramirez cheesed. He's hitting just a .189 his last 17 games. Morgan Burkhart, sorry, he got the collar in 3 trips. Bottom 5, Red Sox down 5-1, man on first base. And Douglas Anthony Mirabelli, you get in this house right now. Carlos Guillen will take it himself for the double play. Mariners still at 5-1. Bottom 6, Nomar going to take his hacks. Nomar Garcia-Parra was 0 for 4. 2 batters later, Garcia still rolling along. This time, Ramirez one more time. He's not fishing, just looking at the hook. Mariners win at 6-2. Garcia, 8 innings pitched, 7 Ks, 2 earned runs. Freddie Garcia now 7-1 on the road. Mariners win their 16th road series.
Top 1, first and second, Mike Cameron. Let my Cameron go. Doubles off Ted Lilly. Edgar Martinez scores. They're going to wave Brett Boone in 2. Cameron 3 for 4, and it's 3-0 Mariners.
3-0 Seattle.
Bottom 1. This is Derek Jeter, and that's a home run off Joel Pinheiro. Jeter's 3rd straight game batting leadoff that he has led off with a home run. Top 2, Stan Javier. Past the drawn-in infield, Carlos Guillen and Ichiro score. 6-1 Seattle. 3 batters later, Joe Torre yanks Lilly, who was booed off the field by Yankee fans after giving up 7 runs, 5 earned in 1 1/3. He lasted only 39 pitches. Bottom 8, 7-5 Seattle Yankees. Runners on second and third. Jeff Nelson gets Alfonso Soriano for 2 outs. Now Nelson facing Jeter with the bases loaded. David Bell comes up with it, and he throws Jeter out. Nelson is out of the jam, and he's psyched. M's up 7-5. Bottom 9, Yanks threatening again. 2 on, 1 out. Jorge Posada off Kasasaki. Tino is in there, bases loaded. Lou, get out there. He was in there. Next batter, Gerald Williams. The base is full. And Sasaki plunks him to force in a run at 7-6 Seattle. Jeter and the Yankees looking to complete the comeback. Next up, Sasaki gets Shane Spencer. That's 2 down. Charles Gibson, pay attention. Next up, Sasaki gets Soriano to fly out to Gibson. And the Mariners hold on, 7-6. Sasaki's 38th save and 44 chances breaks the Seattle team record he set last season. Ted Lilly has won just once in 14 starts since May 27th. His rotation spot likely to be taken by Orlando Hernandez next week.
Today, Mariners trying to make it 2 straight over New York, in New York, top 1, peace. With 2 on, Mike Cameron takes Andy Pettit out. Part of a 15-hit Mariner attack, Cameron's 19th homer of the year, 4-zip M's. Bottom 2, Jamie Moyer facing Shane Spencer. Sits Spencer down. Spencer not happy about it. He went 0 for 4. Bottom 3, facing Clay Bellinger. Please. Moyer 7 innings, 5 hits, 4 Ks. Top 5, 2 on for Cameron again. Straight hitting again. Cameron 3 for 3 at this point. He'd have 8 RBI in the game, the most by one player against the Yankees since Toronto's Roy Howell had 9 in 1977. Top 7, I'm gonna bust it in a white meat. There'll be some furniture moving up in here. With the bases loaded, Cameron's 2nd career grand slam, 5th career multi-homer game, his 8 RBI, tie a Mariner record. M's win the game.
Mariners hosting the Tigers. Aaron Seeley winless in his last 5 starts. Top 7, game tied, runner on first. Bobby Higginson. He was 0 for 3 in this game, thanks to plays like this. Nice double play behind Seeley. Bottom 7 with the Mariners up 2-1, 2 out, 2 on. Edgar Martinez. 29th double on the year, 2 RBIs. He has 91 RBIs this year. He's hitting .304. He had 2 hits in this game. That, folks, is what Edgar Martinez is all about. And he would be replaced by pinch runner Charlie Gibson, and he would get the standing O. 4-1 the final. The Mariners reach their 90th victory in just 126 games. Seeley goes 8, allows just 3 hits and a run. He needed just 76 pitches.
Lima started for the Tigers, but this ain't Comera. Brett Boone, number 28, M's up 5-0 in the first. 4 batters later, Lima would be taken out. Tips his hat to the crowd, who appreciate that, and then gives the coach a little something there. He lasted 2/3 of an inning, 6 runs, 6 hits. Bottom 2nd, ends up 6-0, 2 outs. Booney, that's going to get down. He's going to run to second. That's a double, his 29th double to go with the 28 homers. Bottom 3rd, ends up 10-0. Runners on first and third. Booney's going to drive both those home because that's going to rattle around the right field corner. He now has 111 RBIs and 3 triples. Ends up 12-0, which means he needs that single for the cycle, and in the 7th, he grounds out, and he's not going to get it. Boone would finish 3 for 5. Meanwhile, in the 8th, it's still 15-1. David Bell needs a triple to complete his cycle, and that's just going to be a routine single. But he did finish 5 for 5, which is good for him as the M's win at 16-1. 5 players in the game with at least 3 hits. John Ulrich, 2 jacks, number 16 and 17. 16 runs, 20 hits, both season high for the M's. They got a lot of season highs. They got the bases loaded again against the Tigers, 1-zip. Ichiro slices one to left off Mark Redmond. Ichiro 20-game history. Mike Cameron scores. Ichiro 3 for 4. He's got 195 total hits in there. Top 6, Tigers trail 2-1. Tony Clark. Good wood, but Cameron's out there giving effort. Effort is the key to success. It also helps to have some leaping ability. Home run, sorry, no more. Same thing, only slower. That's what we call a replay. Clark 0 for 3. Bottom 7, Mariners leading at 2-1. David Bell 5 for 5 on Wednesday and a couple of homers on Thursday. That's really far. First 2-homer game of his career. 3-1 Mariners in the top 9. Tigers trailing 5-1 down to their last out. Davy Cruz, there's Ichiro. He's a well-rounded ball player. Got it. M's take the series Win the game 5-1. Franchise record now 92 wins. Rob
facing Ichiro in the first, and here's something you don't see a whole lot. Ichiro looks at strike one, swings at an outside pitch, and then Cologne rings him up on 3 straight pitches. We hear more from Ichiro later. We usually do. Bottom 2 facing Mike Cameron. Let my Cameron go. Have a seat. Next batter, it's David Bell. High breaking ball. That ends the inning. Cologne with 5 strikeouts through 2. 4 of them looking. He K'd 8 in the game. Bottom 3, it's that Ichiro guy taking Cologne the other way. A 21-game hitting streak for Ichiro. He's batting .452. During that streak, he was 3 for 4 Friday. 2 batters later, Edgar to the base of the wall in left. Ichiro and Mark McLemore come in. 2-0 M's. Edgar, 28 RBI in 20 games this month. Bottom 8, Brett Boone, 0 for 3 so far with 2 strikeouts against Cologne. Oh, so right, little insurance for Seattle. Cologne tagged for 4 runs on 9 hits and 7 1/3 in the M's. Win 4-1. That was Boone's 29th.
A war of attrition for the Tribe. Chuck Finley twists awkwardly, had to leave the game at the end of the inning with a strained right rib cage. Also lost Juan Gonzalez, left in the 5th with a strained left hamstring. More injuries. Tied at 2 in the 9th. Kaz Sasaki after just 1 pitch to Omar Vizquel. And he has to leave with soreness in his right thigh. Arthur Rhodes replaces him. Ed Rapuano comes out to talk to Rhodes. Here's where it gets interesting. Omar Vizquel upset about something. Vizquel says Rhodes' earrings had too much glare. Bling, bling. I mean, Arthur is just trying to accessorize. And when you try and separate a man from his earrings, well, things get ugly. Vizquel says he wants the earring out. He's bloodthirsty. The bench is clear. Believed to be the first time the benches have emptied over jewelry. And Rhodes would eventually be forced to, yes, remove the earrings. These guys still not done. They still want a piece of each other. Tim McClellan ejects Rhodes, lays hands upon him. Arthur a bit touchy. Vizquel had to be restrained. Just to recap, this is all about a pair of earrings. All right, to the bottom of the 11th. 2-2, John Rocker in facing David Bell, who drops one down. Rocker wheels and fires right past Robbie Alomar. Al Martin comes home and puts an end to the earring bull. In 11, the M's win this one 3-2. They've run off 5 straight. Ichiro has a 21-game hitting streak.
Right, Mariners up 2-0, 1 on Tanyan Sturtz's pitch to Tom Lampkin. Now, Lampkin will get a hit out of that because Ben Grieve misplays it. The ball will go to the wall. Problem is, David Bell goes from first to second, then heads back to first because he thought the ball was caught. Lampkin runs by him to second, and Lampkin says, I hope no one saw that, heads back to first. So, of course, because Lampkin passed Bell, he'd be called out. Bad base running by Seattle. Brett Boone solves all problems. With his 30th home run of the year, Boone has 115 RBIs, Mariners up 4-1. Same score, Jamie Moyer in control. Pitching a gem, as a matter of fact. Just ask Brent Abernathy. Moyer goes 7, allows just 3 hits, no walks, 1 run. And Moyer has a 1.66 ERA in his last 9 starts, winning. Seattle looking for history against Tampa Bay. Top 4, no-score runner on third, Brett Boone. See ya. Home run number 31 for Boone. 2-0 Mariners. Who are they going to name MVP on the Seattle team? You got about 3 candidates, and you're looking at one of them. Tough day for Greg Vaughn at the plate. Bottom 1, Freddie Garcia gets him with a pitch in the dirt. Bottom 3, Garcia so talented, gets Vaughn swinging. And bottom 6, Freddie Garcia gets Vaughn looking. If there wasn't the Rocket, Freddie might have won Cy Young. Not that I'm giving the Rocket the Cy Young already. Don't get me wrong. Probably did. Anyway, 4-0 Mariners with a win. Seattle has now either won or tied their last 27 road series, topping the Major League record of 26 set by the Cubs.
Jose Mercedes to Mike Cameron, and let my Cameron go. It's going to be close. Noonan. Off the top of the wall, Brett Boone comes in. M's down 4-2. Cameron 3 for 4, 3 RBI. He started the day 1 for his previous 14. Later in the 6th, now 4-3. Bases loaded for Ichiro, scores 2. Ichiro with 3 hits, his 65th multi-hit game this year, tying A-Rod's team record. And yes, the sun sets on the Orioles. Oh, it's beautiful. Mariners win 6-4. Paul Abbott wins for just the 12th time in his last 13 decisions, while Jose Mercedes becomes the first O's pitcher to lose 16 games since Denny Martinez in 77. Mariners win, but remember, this is a 3-game deal, so Seattle must win Sunday.
Going on at second for Brady Anderson.
Curve and the line drive, he hung it into right field. Around third, Conine, they're going to try and score. Ichiro saw the plate's going to be in plenty of time.
The key to the play, aside from the Ichiro throw, is Dan Wilson blocking the plate. Conine never had a chance. Top 7, no score until Brett Boone came to the plate. Gone. Why is it Brett Boone does not get much recognition as far as AL MVP? That's 32 bombs on the year. Bottom 9, still 1-0 Seattle, 1 out. Cal Ripken at the plate, facing Kaz Sasaki. Melvin Moore, the tying run at second. Ripken does his part, base knock. Mark McLemore comes up throwing, and Melvin Mora is nailed at the plate. You look at it again, Mora running from second will stop and then watch the hesitation right there. That cost him. Gun down. Umpire Ed Montague falls down but still makes the call. Mora's not pleased. Sasaki and the Mariners are 1-0 winners in this one. The O's have been shut out in 4 of their last 9 games. Joel Pinheiro won his 4th start in his last 5 decisions, allowing just 4 hits through 7. Jay Buhner got his first start of the season, going 0 for 3 as the DH.
138th game, top 1, Randy Wynn getting righteous. Ball goes off the wall. Jason Tyner scores. Wynn played college hoops with Dallas Maverick guard Steve Nash at Santa Clara. He also worked for a CPA one summer. Double A's up 1-zip. Top 10, game tied at 1. Ben Grieve. Clocks Jeff Nelson out. Solo shot. Grieve's 10th of the year. 2-1 Devil Rays. Bottom 10, M's down 2-1. Bottom of the 10th. Mark McLemore, player from the Himalaya, hits a single off Esteban Yan. Mike Cameron scores a tying run. McLemore to second. Yan has 18 career saves, but that is his 18th career blown save. Bottom 11, tied at 2. Stan Javier, been in the big since 1984, as cool as the other side of the pillow. Scores Al Martin. Javier hitting .289 this year, but hitting .314 with runners in scoring position. Ball game. Mariners clinch a playoff spot. They win 3-2. Bottom 5, M's down 6-4, 2-1 for John Olerud facing Travis Phelps. Can I get a little bit? Olerud, the guy hit .363 and 93, brings in Mark McLemore and Brett Boone. Olerud, 3 RBI in the game. He has 80 RBI this year, ties the game at 6. Top 6, Randy Wynn facing Arthur Rhodes with a man on second. Wynn chops it up the middle. Mark McLemore's throw to first, not in time. Olerud comes home to get Jason Tyner. Nice play by Olerud, saved the tying run from scoring. Bottom 6, bases loaded for Edgar Martinez, and I ain't gonna say nothing, but that ain't right. Yo, man, how come E. Martinez just keeps on doing work? 3 RBI in the night, 103 RBI this year, hitting .309 this year, and guess who has their 100th win of the season?
That'll be the Mariners.
Give it up.
About the Devil Rays.
Devil Rays have
nearly
100 losses.
Mariners' magic number for clinching the AL West down to 6. Orioles into Safeco, 1 to 3 Friday. Bottom 1, Ichiro beats out Brian Roberts' throw, an American League rookie record for singles in a season, 168. Bottom 3, Brett Boone. Say hello to my left right. 2-run home run. 6-0 Seattle. Boone, an American League record with 33 homers as a second baseman. He's got 34 this season. Top 4, Paul Abbott gets Roberts. Abbott a no-no through 5 1/3. Bottom 6, it's Stan Javier. And he goes to third where that guy is waiting. It's Cal. More on Cal coming up later on this program. Backhands it and throws him out. Top 7, Chris Richard up for Baltimore. Down 6-0. Broken bat. Abbott makes the play. Abbott worked 8, allowed just 1 run on 2 hits, pitched to beauty, struck out 4. M's win 10-1. The magic number is 5. Ichiro 3 for 5. His 215 hits ties A-Rod's club record set at 96.
On the Baltimore Orioles, Ichiro is going to hit a home run. Also, Rob, critical information, a stolen base in this game. Now 13 shy of Harold Reynolds' single-season record of 60. That's important. John Olerud to Cal Ripken. Jerry Hairston's at second. Whoa, what happened? His foot came off the bag.
Well, I guess he didn't like the neighborhood play right there, Billy. Take another look at this. Harrison's foot right here is clearly not on the base. But you know what? If that throws in there in time, this is why with the 22 new umpires, they don't understand that. Old-time baseball, the neighborhood play, that guy's out at second.
David Bell, base hit. Edgar comes in. Mariners up 5-1. Mike Hargrove cannot bear to watch. Next man up, Dan Wilson. That's a base hit. John Olerud coming in. And the Mariners now up by the score of 6-1. Top of the 5th. Hairston. Tony Batista waved home. Ichiro.
Just hit.
Do not run on him.
Oh, how about that cannon?
Boy, what a player. What a player.
Hey, who's that guy throwing? Jeff Conine against my old roommate.
Norm Charlton. How is Norm Charlton still pitching, Rob?
He's left-handed, Billy. He can pitch till he's 50 if you're left-handed.
Mariners win at 6-1. Ichiro 2 for 4. Breaks A-Rod's team record for hits in a season.
Special season in Seattle. They appreciate baseball. They certainly appreciate Cal Ripken. His last game there, signing some autographs. They spelled his name. You see Cal right behind second base. And then Brett Boone says, I'm still playing.
Booney's playing for that MVP right now, and I'll tell you, it's going to be interesting if he doesn't get it.
127, 128 RBIs. M's are up 2-0. Let's go to Edgar Martinez. Oi.
0-2 pitch, up and in. Edgar says, come on, son, what's going on here? You know who I am?
It's Josh Towers. Young player with a lot of potential, but that's Edgar.
Ooh. Setting him up. Setting him up.
Who was?
Hadn't seen him before. Edgar.
Set him up for that.
Oh, yeah.
He gave up and out to come back for the 2-run shot later, you're saying?
No problem. Give me a good look at you. Throw up my head, though. I'm going to have to go ahead and spin one on you. That's what he's saying.
It's 4-zip, and Jamie Moyer is...
Mr. Reliable.
Pretty filthy.
I tell you, he has been incredible. You forget about Clemens being 19-1, and Jamie Moyer's in a lot of talk for Cy Young. He's been dynamite for Seattle. Not only this year, but...
Garcia facing the Angels. Mariners ace Ishmael Valdez facing David Bell. Bell is off the meat rack. John Olerud, Stan Javier scored. Bell 2 for 4, 3 RBI, 64 RBI this year. Bottom 3, this is why Freddie Garcia, fattest ERA in the AL. Schools Ben Molina. 2 batters later, Darren Erstad should have been arrested for loitering. Garcia, 8 innings, no runs, 8 Ks. Top 5 M's up 3-zip. Mark McLemore in second. Valdez picks McLemore off. McLemore doesn't like the call. You can't argue that much. I don't know if he said something about his mama or what, but he's tossed. Bottom 9, Arthur Rhodes facing Tim Salmon. 2-on-2 out. Salmon line drive to left. Charles Gibson, play a hate. Nice grab by a guy hitting just 152. Mariners win the game 5-1. Freddie Garcia, 8 shutout innings. He's 4-0 with an ERA of a ridiculous dental floss thin .57 in 4 starts against the Angels this year. Garcia also 9-1 on the road this season. I guess he likes Spectra Vision. Seattle has won 5 straight, 8 of 9. Their magic number for clinching the AL West.
The AL West hosting Anaheim. Lou Piniella before the game singing Amazing Grace. One fan brought to tears. There were more, I'm sure. The Mariner team along the first base line. To the game, bottom 1, Ichiro facing Ramon Ortiz. Ichiro, what a rookie year. 220 hits, 3rd most for a rookie in Major League history. His 172nd single. Bottom 2nd, 2 on for Dan Wilson facing Ortiz. Wilson 1 for 2 and an RBI sitting 268. Mike Caron would score. Stan Javier heading to the plate, but he's thrown out by Garrett Anderson. Mariners up 1-0 only. Next batter, Carlos Guillen. He goes. Dan Wilson held at 3rd. Now Guillen is caught in a rundown between 1st and 2nd. So Carlos would be tagged out, but what about Dan Wilson? Dan Wilson would score from 3rd, so the Mariners would be up 2-0. Top of the 9th, 1-on-2 out, Tim Salmon, Freddie Garcia. 9 Ks, a complete game effort, just 3 hits allowed, his 17th win. Garcia, his 3rd shutout this year, improving to 5-0 with a 0.44 ERA again, and the Rangers steward win 10-4.
So with the A's falling, the Mariners clinched the AL West. Game's not even over yet. Lou Piniella, his 4th division crown as a manager. Mariners have won at least 18 games every month. They said they would not pop champagne to celebrate, so Edgar Martinez celebrates like this. 22nd homer of the year, 257th of his career for the guy who was born on the 2nd day of 1963 in New York City. Top 6, Troy Gloss, Mark McLemore. Nice grab at 3rd. Mariners clinched their 3rd division title in franchise history, 95, 97, 2001. They have a moment of silence at the mound. You know, there's been talk that those on the West Coast were not emotionally impacted by last week's events like people on the East Coast. I beg to differ.
Greatest moments in baseball.
Mariners win the game and win the American League West. They beat the Angels 5-0. Brett Boone with an RBI Wednesday, now with 129 on the season, the most RBI by a second baseman since Rogers Hornsby had 149 in 1929. Mariners pitch
out of Oakland. The Mariners tried their luck in Texas. We don't need to let you know the guy on the right is Jay Buhner's brother. That's right. Top 7 Mariners up 5-2. Buhner loads the bases on the walk there, and his father's on hand too. He also of the clean pate.
Yeah, he got a little bit on the side, maybe. No.
Next batter, Mark McLemore lines it to left. 3 runs coming. Edgar Martinez, John Olerud, and Charles Gibson, who was pinch running for Buhner. Mariners go up 8-2. More than enough runs for Jamie Moyer, who gave up 2 on 8 hits with 5 strikeouts to join 12 other active pitchers with 150 career victories. He's got 19 wins now. He's unbeaten in 13 starts since losing to the Giants on July 13th. And the Mariners now have 55 road wins, matching the 71 A's for most by an American League team.
Stop Seattle and Texas. Stay with us, HR. That's Brett Boone.
And what is that significant for right there?
He sets the record for most RBIs in a season by an American League second baseman. All right, top 4, Mike Cameron is up.
And he walked in.
That's a ball 4. Inside, John Olerud goes to second, but hang on a minute, people.
They look like they had 3 and 2 on the board.
Chris Mahalik saying, wait a minute, A-Rod's coming in. Bruce Fleming says Cameron was walked. They sent him to first. Let's take a look. That's strike 1, 0-2. 1-2. 2-2. Ball 3. This is the one that he ran on. This is the one Bruce Fleming sent him. Lou's laughing a belly laugh right there, Harold.
Hey.
They got 108 wins. That's what he's laughing about.
Yes, indeed.
Brett Boone passing Charlie Gehringer for most RBIs.
Mariners going for win 109 in Texas. A-Rod in the house. A-Rod out of the house. 49th homer. Got 26 at home, 23 on the road. 238 lifetime. That passes Doug DeCinces and Gus Zernial. Top of 5. Ichiro on first. Going to steal second. That's number 52. 2 batters later, he steals third. Number 53. He would score on a Brett Boone 2 RBI singles. Top of 5, M still down 4-3. Javier to left. Catalanato can't get it. Boone and Cameron score. M's lead 5-4. There's Cameron scoring. Bottom of the 6th, Rangers trail 6-4. Joel Pinheiro. Of course, he's been starting of late, but now he's getting ready for the playoffs where he'll be more a middle relief guy. He gets A-Rod there. A-Rod with his 49th homer sets a new franchise record. Frank Howard had 48 for the Senators in 1969. They became the Texas Rangers in 1972. A 6-3 Mariner finish breaks the Yankees' American League win record. An 8-1 finish gets them the 1906 Major League mark. Of course, baseball right now, the A's against a team who's been the best all year, the Mariners. Thank you, Mariner fans. Over 3 million tickets. Bottom 1, look at Ichiro just chopping and running. 1 shy of shoeless Joe Jackson's Major League rookie record of 233 hits. Bottom 3, looking to tie it. He does. Boy, can he get down the line. 2 batters later, Brett Boone. You know, we all have our AL MVP picks. That's mine, Brett Boone.
Go ahead, make your case.
RBI 1-3-6. Brings home Ichiro. M's up 3-0. 3 batters later, 2 on for Ed Sprague, who's David's pick for AL MVP. Awesome. By Chavez, Cameron, and Olerud score. 5-0 Mariners. Top of 6, the gritty, gutty A's looking to come back. They're down 5-1. Jermaine Dye makes it 5-2. Jeremy Giambi scores. 3 batters later, Miguel Tejada is the go-ahead run. Swing and a drive. That would be gone in every other ballpark, but in the heavy air and the big field, Seattle, it's not. And so, the Mariners are winners 5-3. By the way, Mariners shortstop Carlos Guillen has been diagnosed with pulmonary tuberculosis, expected to be out of action for at least a week, being treated with antibiotics. The team believes he would be available before the end of the season.
All right, folks, welcome back to Baseball Tonight. Aaron Seeley starting for the Mariners, looking for win number 15, and up and down, but Sunday, HR, rock solid.
I'll never tell. He's got tremendous stuff again. You know, the one thing about Aaron Seeley, when he gets the breaking ball working,
and it sets up that fastball. And he's actually started to throw another fastball. Starts in on the left-hander and then busts back over the plate. And there's a good look at the hook. So he's got his whole arsenal working right now. And if he starts getting that high strike, it could be a long postseason for a few hitters.
John Olerud, up, out, together, glide. 2-run shot. Olerud's 20th. The Mariners are up 2-zip. Ichiro, he's got power. Down the line. If it's foul, it's foul. But if it's fair, it's gone. And it's gone. 235th hit of the year, 3-0 M's. And obviously the rookie record is his. He broke it on Saturday. Giambi fishing.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's the third time.
Looks like he's got that nice touch again.
7 innings, 3 hits, 8 Ks and an earned. Miguel Tejada. Last check, he had a cycle on Saturday. On Sunday, sitting. Nasty slider. Ryan, Rob, Dunn, Nelson, Bellhorn. Bringing them up. Mariners get a good performance from their starter and their relievers, and they win it by a score of 6-3. A little uncharacteristic for the A's. They commit 3 errors for the second straight game. 111 wins. They need 3 to tie the Yankees for American League wins. They have 6 games left. 117 would give them the Major League mark. Remember the early 1900 Cubs, 1906, won 116 games, or 1908.
You see Stan Javier, and you see Mike Cameron say, "Wacko, boys!" Jared Washburn. Cameron's 25th of the year. He's got 108 ribs, and he also plays defense. Tim Salmon giving it a ride with the bases chucked. 2 outs. We have a grand slam home runner at end of an inning. There is Cameron with some sweet glove. Top 6. Luke Pote inside on Edgar Martinez, and Edgar is not happy. He gets up. Says, "You want to dance?" Comes after him. Take another look at this one. Ball will hit Martinez on the hand, and then watch, deflects up and knocks off his helmet. He's certainly going to get a shiner out of this thing. And Martinez, this chili is running hot. And we move on. Bottom A, Joel Pinheiro. Troy Gloss, and tooth for tooth kind of a thing there. Not sporting by Pinheiro. So Lou Piniella takes Pinheiro out of the game. Piniella and Pinheiro, say that a lot. I don't want to at all. 112th win for the Mariners. 14-5 is the final. The Angels allow a season-high 21 hits. Stan Javier, 4 of them. Dan Wilson, 3 of them. Anaheim loses for the 9th time in 10 games. Ichiro had none of them. He didn't play. Seattle now just got to go 3-2 over his last 5 games to break the Yanks' AL win record.
Mariners, Angels. Freddie Garcia trying to beat the Angels for the 6th time this season. The last time it was done in the AL, 1968 by Denny McClain, and he did it against the Twins. Mariners down 2, top 3. Ramon Vasquez off of Matt Wise. Orlando Palmeiro, great catch. He also went 1 for 3. Next batter, the AL hits leader, none other than Ichiro off of Matt Wise. Breaking the AL record for singles with 188, passing Wade Boggs, who pulled it off in 85. Top 5, Mariners down 3-1. Stan Javier changes that with 1 swing. You know what he did, a 2-run home run, number 4 for Javier, 2 for 5. Hitting 300, we're tied at 3. Bottom 9, Angels down 1, runners on 2nd and 3rd for Jeff Davenon. Off of Sasaki, Olerud, great play, throws home, gets Adam Kennedy. Kennedy gets tossed, doesn't like the call. Umpire wasting no time. Still in the 9th, same score, runners at the corners for Darren Erstad. Will you just get a load of Ichiro? This is why this man won 7 Gold Gloves in Japan. Mariners win. Ichiro, his 6th 4-hit game of this year. He leads the AL, extending his current hit streak to 10 games. Also, this Mariner news. Carlos Guillen had surgery Wednesday to stop minor bleeding in one of his lungs. This, you know, he's suffering from tuberculosis. Rangers and Mariners, top 3. Rangers down 6-0. A-Rod has a say with that with his bat. 52nd home run of the year, his 200th hit of the season. A-Rod joining Babe Ruth, Hack Wilson, Jimmy Fox, the only players with a 50-homer, 200-hit season. Congratulations. Mark McLemore picking his spots. That scores Ramon Vasquez. McLemore filling in nicely for Carlos Guillen. 16-1, the final, all Mariners. So another 98 record is tied. That's right, with a victory, Seattle ties the 98 Yanks for the most wins by an AL club.
Kazuhiro Sasaki trying to make that happen. Trying to shut down Rafi Palmeiro, who flies out to left, and Mariners win 6-2. That's win number 115. Seattle's won 8 of 9 since his first 4-game losing streak of the season. At 38, Jamie Moyer becomes the oldest first-time 20-game winner.
Mariners playing for history, taking on the Rangers. Bottom of the first, scoreless, no more. Brett Boone facing Doug Davis. And he takes him deep and out. 37th home run of the year, a solo shot. 141 ribbies for Boone. Mariners win it 1-0. 116 wins for the M's, ties the 1906 Cubs for most ever in the majors. 5 pitchers, including rookie Dennis Starr, combined on a 2-hitter.